Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. Of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, the land of Irion was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Marrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jogotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jogotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jogotha razed Irion to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jogotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Irion torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Irion has started to rebuild, and the age of clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery right after I've had this little nap.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
You must understand, I will do whatever it takes.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
You have me rather curious. Tell me something about you.
Thavagoth, the Goliath barbarian.
With victory comes honor. And goes.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
You seem tense. Let me help you.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires. Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Our heroes set out for Port Mirandu from their new home at Battenrance Hall, hoping to acquire some more funds with which to build their new stronghold. Not everything was smooth sailing once they got to port, however. The Fiery Grog Tavern was being inspected by the city guard, who arrested the bartender, Tofdir du Flame, for smuggling, using the Rat King's caverns beneath the tavern as their evidence. Meanwhile, as Thavagoth went to inform their friend Annabelle of an upcoming job opening, he was accosted by Von Roxor, another from the Gladiators Guild, who had his arms broken by angry minotaurs after Thavagoth skipped out on their fight some 10 days prior. And to compound it all, when our heroes returned to the jail to try and bail out Tofdir du Flame, an effort that proved to be in vain, Trevlon and Momo let slip that they had freed the Rat King almost a month prior. They tried to explain that they didn't know the rest of the party as well, and thus didn't feel the need to consult with them. But the damage was done, and a rift was driven into the party. They somberly returned to Battenrance Hall, gold lining their coffers, and ideas for improvement filling their heads. But their trust may never be the same. What will our heroes build at Battenrance Hall? Will they be able to free their friend Tofdir, the bartender? And is their patron, Old Ran, going to return? Because he's taking his mysterious old man time, let me tell you what. Find out on the next episode of Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. We're doing this on Election Day because if you're watching this, you either already have voted, don't live in America, or are under 18. Joining us today, we have JoJo. We have Scott.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog, and I am a Super Saiyan!
We have Phil.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
And we have Walrus.
Hey guys, it's me, your obnoxious friend that yelled at you to vote on Twitter. Just to let you know, I didn't fucking vote. Go fuck yourself. Bye.
Yep.
Thanks, random British stranger.
You know it, baby.
You know it. Atwis is on a plane and thus will not be joining us, which is lame because planes have crappy internet, and I'm sure everyone sitting next to them will love to hear feck, 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 mushka, feck. That's good. That's Corellian.
Yeah, that's pretty. Awful. And also angry, like Scottish accent screaming.
Hey, Atwis in the VOD. Firstly, I love you. Secondly, I had no part of that. Please don't hurt me.
Yep. Hey, Atlas in the VOD. You're a nerd.
Atlas in the VOD. I'll take care of Corellian. I love you, baby.
Hey, Atlas in the VOD. What's a VOD? Also, please don't kill me.
Hey, Atlas in the VOD, are you listening right now? Can you give me? Can you hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm thinking?
Can I get the Wi-Fi password?
What's the Wi-Fi password, please?
What's the future like?
Hey, Atlas in the VOD. I regret to inform you, Atlas in the VOD. I'm under attack by gremlins. I can only be saved if you give me the 16 numbers on the front of your credit card. Plus the 3 numbers on the back. All right.
Good talk.
Didn't that guy get taken down from Fiverr? He did, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Oh.
Strangely, asking children for their credit card information doesn't go very well with the rest of anybody. That's how I want to go down.
Is Atlas in the VOD. Rated PG-13.
Why Mike Myers? Why did you?
I don't know. It was the first actor that came into my head.
That is not a. Okay, never mind.
Hey,
I believe we had a game.
This stream is cursed already. We've invoked Mike Myers.
At least someone's enjoying this.
When last we left off, our heroes returned from their trip to Port Mirandu, which went very well and didn't lead to any trust issues whatsoever within the team.
None whatsoever.
Nope, not a single one. And Thavagath returned from his trip to Ashonalora with 2,000 more gold in hand to help build up Battenrance Hall / whatever they decide to call it.
And a big ass holy symbol for what's
huge ass altar. He's just like kind of hoisting that up above his head, carrying that around. So all the random encounters looked at him and was like, "We're not messing with that guy. He's fucking crazy."
There are also at least 2 new religions spawned off seeing seeing the prophet wander the wilds.
Yeah, they call him Ultar. Ultar. Anyway, it is now the dead of night, and Thavagath has returned back to Battenrance Hall.
Fucking walk. Whatever that animal in the background is really suddenly put me off. I don't know why. Sorry, Thavagath walks into Battenrance, right into the main hall, and just very loudly drops. Well, not drops, but thuds the big metal thingamajig on the floor.
All right, there's a loud bang that echoes through the hall, so now everyone is awake, and you can hear the sound of several hirelings grumbling very angrily.
And without saying a goddamn word, and just letting everyone wonder what that is, and they can do whatever the fuck they want with that, Thavagath grumbles to his bed.
All right. Grumbling, it's the mode of transportation now.
Yep, you know, baby.
We're fueled by grumble.
Grumble.
I gotta change that. Sorry.
All right. Anyone else going to do anything during the night now that they've been woken up?
Probably not.
So we're all back in the manor, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, and you got woken up by a big bang.
Excellent. Momo shoots up, and he blinks a few times, rubs his eyes, then he remembers. Crap. Thab doesn't trust me. Nobody trusts me. And he just sits there, sitting up, and he just hugs his knees. He feels so bad.
Rip and skip, sad bird.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a good thing no bang in the night has ever meant anything bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very fun and definitely not distressing night.
Definitely not distressing night. I'm glad no one is going to investigate what the hell went bang in the middle of the night.
All right.
It's funny you say. Oh, keep going.
No, you first.
Oh, please.
I swear to God, someone do something.
Do it.
Okay, all right, fine. I'll go. I take a moment to recognize that there was a bang, and it wasn't just me dreaming, and I go up to investigate to make sure it was, in fact, just a dream.
All right. You are heading downstairs. What's S going to do?
S is in the hallway as well, just checking to see what the hell that racket was.
All right. Trevlon, are you doing anything?
I think Travelon at this point is in the dining area, like the big table, and is sort of just like was trying to write something, but really was just trying to just tire himself out so he can just pass out, and has been abruptly awoken by a loud thud, and is also probably awake, but not entirely sure what to do.
All right. So, Ez and Momo, you get there around the same time, head downstairs. There's a big-ass altar just dropped on the middle of the floor. And Momo, you immediately recognize it. It is covered in, holy symbols of Malil.
Oh.
Oh, who the hell is that? Did it wake me from my sleep?
I'm not sure, but I immediately go down to investigate. And I look at the altar, and I'm like, who put it here?
Yeah, it looks pretty heavy. Like, someone with incredible strength would have had to drag it and just drop it in there.
I look around, do I find Thav?
Nah, he's gone upstairs by now.
I investigate the altar. Is there anything significant about it that I should take notice of? Or that I do take notice of?
Remarkable craftsmanship. Other than that, it looks to be just a regular old altar. Doesn't appear to have been blessed yet by an actual cleric of Malil.
Are there any footprints?
Avagath, do you wear shoes?
Let me scroll down.
Yeah, he does.
Yes, he does.
Okay.
Still sandals. Still sandals he wears.
Yeah, there are some, dirty sandal prints because Avagath, I'm guessing, didn't bother to wipe his feet, the fucker.
He's too fucking tired for this bullshit, don't
Well, you tell me, do those prints look familiar to you? I don't know anyone else here with feet that large.
I know.
The
I
Goliath.
look down.
Thavagath feels an overwhelming urge to high-five himself after subconsciously understanding that comment.
Thavagath. It's Thavagath, Momo.
Really? I had no idea.
You must have dragged it over here. I'm not sure
He's
how.
the only one who probably could. It hasn't been blessed yet. Do I know how to bless it?
You don't necessarily know how to bless it yet. I don't think that's a cleric spell you have yet.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
There's no one here that I know of that could bless it. I don't have the experience to bless it yet.
Well, you can take care of that in the morning. Personally, I'm a bit pooped. I'm gonna go back to bed.
Have a good night, Ma. Yes.
Likewise, Momo. Take care.
I shrug.
Quick mechanic question. Sorry, directly to Alex. Quick mechanic question. With the fact that Stormy Daniels is getting his own guys to build the Stormkirk. Thank you. I keep forgetting Stormkirk.
It's almost as if his name's right there if you look.
I know. I was considering looking, but I was like, that would be, it would have been less of a pause in conversation than it would have been than it is right now. You know what? Let me just scroll down so I can look at it. Lord Stormkirk is getting his own guys to make the altar, and it would have been good regardless. Would he know, or would he be able, have been able to get someone to bless that, or is that just a thing we have to figure out later on?
You'll figure it out later on.
Alrighty then.
Alright. So, Momo and Ez just go back upstairs, leaving the altar in the middle of the floor, as various hirelings come out, just stare at it, argue amongst themselves whose job it is to pick that up and take it upstairs. They also decide to just leave it.
Leave it. Nice. Very good.
All right. So, rest of the night passes without incident. And then you're all woken up by the sound of an argument outside towards the back garden.
Momo shuffles, wakes up, hears the arguing. It's like, oh dear. And he leaps out of bed in his, what are the old, 17th century nightgowns? I forget what they're called. He's got one of those on, and he rushes out.
All right. What's everyone else doing?
As
Helgath has traveled for 3 days straight hauling a giant piece of metal. He's staying in bed.
Okay.
Trev has probably just remained awake after the loud thump, so he's in the dining room at the time, probably hears it, and decides to investigate because, hey, verbal discussion is something that interests him. And he's like, hey, but might as well check this out.
Okay. Mal?
Mal wakes up and decides to... gosh. I'm trying to decide which to do first. I think he's going to take his journal with him and take his equipment and see what all the fuss is about.
Okay. You head outside, sun is just starting to rise, and towards the back there are a couple of human guards, very simple armor, just pointing spears, pointing at a kobold who has a couple sheets of paper in hand and some kind of chicken-like creature. It's got the head of a chicken, but it's scaled like a lizard with pointy scales instead of feathers, and it's got bat wings. That kind of creature's on his shoulder, and they're pointing spears at him, yelling at him, telling him to go the hell away. This is not his property.
Do I recognize this creature?
Yeah, me too.
Roll nature check.
Okay.
Alrighty.
You're very familiar with this, Mel. This fascinated you ever since you were a kid. This is a cockatrice.
Yep.
I figured it would be.
Yeah.
Do you still want me to roll nature?
No, you don't need to. You already got a natural 20. There's nothing else you would learn. Basically, it's a pretty harmless bird, except that it is very dangerous when it comes to seeing even a hint of danger. It gets really aggressive, and its beak can petrify people. It is just kind of sitting calmly on the kobold's shoulder, though.
That is very impressive.
Do I recognize the kobold?
You haven't seen this kobold before, but he is wearing, kind of threadbare clothes, simple burlap hoodie with the... There's actually, a little icon sewed onto the right breast of the cloak with the hood on it. It's the image of a chicken.
Nice. Very good. Very big fan. I guess seeing the commotion, Trevlon takes initiative and sort of calls out to the hirelings and goes, fellas, you don't need to worry about that. We'll take it from here. We'll chat to the person. I'm sure it's all good. Just don't freak out. We'll be fine.
They look back at you, look over at the cockatrice, look down at the kobold, look back to you, and it's like, all right, and then quickly back up and kind of shove you forward in their place.
Oh.
The kobold looks at you and it's like, oh, hi. I understand you're the man who owned place. You own it, right?
Well, it's more of a sort of we, and I point to the rest of us, are the managers of the place, and the actual owner is God knows where.
It's Dunkirk?
Yeah, that's him.
His eyes dart back and forth between you, then one eye just goes lazy, fixes in place at Momo, and the other goes back to Trevlon.
Amazing.
So, you can talk to us. We manage the place, and we can sort out anything to do with it.
Okay. Yes, you are person talk about job. Yes.
You could say that.
Yes, we are.
He shuffles through his papers, tosses one at you, and as you pick it up, it is a wanted ad saying, "Wanted, looking for animal groom to man stables at the location of Battenrance Hall." And then he just smiles a big old smile at you. Hello, yes, I see ad. Hello.
Okay. Firstly, in character, Travelon says, "All right. We are definitely looking for people to hire. Would you mind telling us your credentials?" And out of character, Alex, did you just give us fucking Rolf? It appears that life does have many doors.
I can totally see that.
Life has many doors, halfling boy. Believe it or not, I was trying for Pinky.
Fuck yeah, got it.
Oh my god.
It's fine. We can have this hybrid. It's perfect.
A Pinky Rolf hybrid. Why do you haunt my nightmares like this? I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
I'm drawing him. What color did you say he was?
Say what?
What color did you say he was?
I didn't. He is copper colored, copper scales.
Excellent.
Even better.
Fantastic.
All right. So he snaps back to attention. Yes, credentials. I know what that word means. Yes. People do not bother pronounce kobold name. They call me Chicken Bait because of chicken. He points up to the cockatrice, who cocks its head and slowly jerks it over to you.
That is how. On a scale of 1 to 10, how difficult is it to train a cockatrice, Alex? From my knowledge.
Make a nature check.
Oh, this is going to go well. I'll tell you this much.
Very.
On a scale of 1 to 10, no one has tamed a cockatrice.
Yeah, that's why I said it's like that is very impressive.
Yeah,
How did you?
Yeah, I have stone chicken. This is stone chicken. It's chicken. Make stone chicken.
That is not simply a chicken, my dear man. That is a
That is a cockatrice, my good.
And as you try explaining that to him, he just stares, slowly nods, gets a lazy eye, and his tongue just lolls out of the side of his mouth.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's not important.
How did you go across this animal? Did you find it in the wild and train it, or what?
Used to be back home. Threw me in there to try and get rid of it. Imprinted.
Oh, so it was a baby at the time.
That would.
He looks over at the cockatrice, tilts his head as if trying to remember. Cockatrice slowly turns to look back.
Very good.
I love them so much.
Yeah.
I've imprinted.
Okay. You don't need to necessarily answer that. All we need to know is, do you have experience in handling other creatures like this?
Oh yes. I handle bat. I handle weasel. I handle big halfling woof woof dog. Halfling woof woof dog was son of bitch.
I'm sorry, but what was that?
Did you say weasel?
Yes, I handle weasel. Weasel common, very, very common back where chicken bait come from.
Okay, this makes things easier to decide whether or not we should hive. That's fantastic. We have one, and someone who'd be able to take care of that nicely whilst we're out on doing our own business would be fantastic.
Speaking of which, where is Corellian anyways?
I believe Corellian is still asleep with Muska.
Yeah, best not to bother them.
Yep. In any case, yeah. How long have you been working with animals for then? How long have you been chicken boy?
He starts counting on his fingers. And then he holds up 3 and says, "This many!"
Okay, right.
I lean into Trevlon, next to his ear. I'm sorry, but I think I'm imprinting on him. I pity him. I think we should hire him.
I think we should. I mean, last time I checked, if people are willing to throw this person in front of a cockatrice, then I would fear whoever is going to be hiring this person next who isn't us. And Trevlon turns to Mal and goes, "Shit."
Yeah, Mal notices the two of you whispering to one another. Whispering to one another.
Just FYI, we should hire this person, right? It would be borderline inhumane not to.
I agree 100%. Let's do it.
Right, let's do it. And Trevlon turns to chicken bait or chicken boy?
Chicken bait.
Chicken bait, and goes, "You are hired, my boy. We can find you logging within the grounds themselves. We shall give you instructions about what your job will be like, what you'll be doing in the morning. Is it still kind of early in the morning, by the way, like really early?
Yeah, it's still pretty early in the morning, like sunrise.
Essentially, we'll give you instructions once it's a little bit more further in the day. In the meantime, you can the chicken. Do you have a name for him?
It's Stone Chicken.
Stone Chicken, right?
Chicken.
Is Stone Chicken going to be a? Does Stone Chicken hurt people ever? Is he dangerous?
Is Stone Chicken, he says, pointing again to Stone Chicken.
Does it look dangerous?
It's a fucking cockatrice!
Okay. Does it look like it wants to murder my face?
It does not look like it wants to actively murder your face.
Alright, well, considering that cockatrices almost always do want to do that, I'll take that as a good sign and move on from there. Trevlon sort of looks at the cockatrice and looks at the chicken bait and goes, "Alright, well, follow on, I guess. We'll take you to a room that you can make yourself comfortable in."
Okay.
As they're walking, Mal sort of like whispers to the two of them, "FYI, be mindful of cockatrices in general. They are, in fact, very dangerous."
You think? I didn't realize that the beast that is able to turn people into fucking stone is dangerous. How?
I'm quite impressed that it is as tame as it is.
And I am too. Never heard of anything like it, and I've been reporting weird shit for a long time. So where exactly do we house this fella?
That's a very good question.
In the stables.
No.
You have
Where does he
5 bedrooms, each of which is taken by one of you.
Right. Where do the hirelings sleep?
Good question. The hirelings are currently sleeping, like, leaning up against the wall in the trophy room, since there are currently no trophies in there.
Right, we need to get them beds. We need to get them beds, like, now. Yeah.
If I may point to the list.
We do have a list, yes.
You do indeed have a list, which I will move to when the day is over, and we describe what you guys got from the last time.
Dank memes.
Speaking of which,
oh no.
as you move chicken bait over to the trophy room and explain to the rest of the guys, no, he's friendly, and also the cockatrice will not kill you probably. Then
maybe.
Like, chicken bait goes immediately to sleep. Stone Chicken curls up on top of him and sleeps. The hirelings just kind of stare, and they don't get any sleep as morning comes.
Oof.
All right.
Big sweat oof.
Yeah. And then as you all wake up, another hireling comes over and is like, you're the ones who ordered the stable and the gardens, right?
The guns, did you say?
Gardens.
God.
What, you don't understand my friggin' accent? Jeez, you friggin' halflings. No respect, I tell ya.
It's not necessarily that I don't respect you, it's just that I am...
You talking to me? You talking to me?
No. I'm not. Okay, no. I am not actually talking to you. I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, and then he goes on an extended reference to a movie that does not exist.
Fantastic.
Yeah, as you all head outside, and constructed out there is a rough wooden structure with stalls for up to six animals, like size of horses, big horses, max size, just there. And in there is a long wooden water trough between all of them, and there's no real floor, but there is hay. And then tack and saddles hang over the dividing walls between stalls in case, like, you want to saddle up any horses you get. And next to those...
How many
go
stalls,
ahead.
sorry?
6.
How many stalls? 6, thank you.
Next to those is a pretty simple set of gardens, like bushes and hedges mostly. Couple of herbs are growing in the middle of them. Mostly stuff to grow a personal collection of food and other herbs for seeds you find. It's nothing special, but it's now there and it makes your backyard look much prettier.
Heck yeah.
I'll be.
Yep.
Alright, so, I take it, everybody's out?
Everybody's out.
Including a very silent Corellian. Alright.
Everyone is here.
So, Thagath walks out, looks at everything.
Oh, right, and roses, because I forgot to make note of that. There are specifically a set of roses in there.
Yes. Thagath comes out, looks at me, approving nod, looks down at everyone else. Good morning, Mal. Corellian. And then walks back inside.
Was I there at the time as well?
You were all there.
You were all there.
Oh.
As Mal goes to into his journal to jot down everything that has been put in, he notices the little notes that have been left, and sort of takes a little bit of a glance once, twice, and just decides to stay silent about it for a little bit. So, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes!
The hireling looks between all of you and is like, all right, good talk.
Oh, shit. Okay, wait. Before you go.
What?
Right. Would it be possible to put in some possible, orders for more things? We have the money now. Don't ask how.
Sighs, pulls out like a little notebook as I move over to the screen where there was a whole lot of planning as to what you wanted to get next. All right, what do you assholes want?
All right, what did we want? Remind me, fellas.
Actually, speaking
Phil.
out of character, we didn't get the. We want.
Just scroll down. The list is there.
Not necessarily in this order, but alchemy lab, smithy, and tenements. Pretty quickly. Probably put tenements higher up on the list. So where is that? 50 gold per 50 residents. How many hirelings do we have?
Let me actually check. With the 2 that you got for the gardens and with chicken bait added on, you now have 5 skilled hirelings and 6 unskilled hirelings.
Oh, then yeah, we're good. We're good for like a 50 resident tenement. I think what we agreed on would we keep it to 50 residents, and at the time that we need more than 50 people, we'd be in a financial situation where we can just buy actual fucking housing.
That sounds good.
Actually, as you're looking at the stuff talking about building tenements, the guy holding the notebook looks up and is like, if it's just for hirelings, you might want to look at barracks instead. Get some of those. They actually get to sleep, in the house, in actual hammocks and shit. Of course, you could also make it a freestanding building. That's way easier to expand a barracks for.
Barracks. I didn't even... How did I miss that?
It's under estate.
In that case, I'd say... 250... it's 300. 300 for... Yeah, 300 for freestanding barracks with plenty of space to house everyone. Am I right?
200, but if you pay 300, that'll expand it twice, so...
50 per 10 hirelings, isn't it?
50 per 10 hirelings, yes.
Yes. So, 300.
300, baby, yeah.
All right. All right, he notes that down. Great, awesome. You got another very happy workforce coming. You still looking at the tenements, though?
In that case, we'll probably hold off on the tenements then, because that'd be for people living here. I think we also want alchemy lab and smithy.
Might also want a library at some point. Maybe.
That's on the list.
You've got plenty of gold. Let me just remind you, you had 2,000 plus selling the treasures and stuff to Pulse.
We still have yet to divide that, but unless we're making like a treasury system of some sort.
we're kind of using what we got to do this shit, so I don't think it really matters.
All right.
So yes, alchemy lab, smithy, library, barracks, and I believe was something someone wanted. Tinkering lab.
That was, I think that's what something that Corellian wanted.
Corellian wanted tinkering lab, yes. All right. So he notes all that down, and he's like, alchemy lab and the smithy. Did you want those to be freestanding too? Or are you just happy putting them in the manor?
Oh fuck no, not the alchemy lab. Jesus Christ, no. Alchemy lab, freestanding, smithy. How much is a smithy freestanding?
It's 100 more gold to make them freestanding. So just whatever price is on there, add 100 to it.
Try and keep track of like what we're putting in the manor and what we aren't.
Yeah.
I think for smithy, for the nature of a smithy, that should be freestanding. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless anyone's got anything.
I can't really imagine a smithy like inside a mansion.
Yeah.
I think they would just set the whole thing on fire, right? They would just burn it.
I see that more for
just
the
crumble.
alchemist,
Yeah.
but-
So. Oh yeah, that's definitely freestanding. That's without a shadow of a doubt.
Right.
Tinkering lab, that can be inside. That's quite happily to be inside.
All right, I'm just making note of all this stuff so I can keep track of what's going to be built when.
And library, that's happy to be inside for now. Sorry, I kind of dominated that. Anyone else got anything to say or something they wanted to add upon that?
You're good.
Library is just what I wanted, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else that Travelon would want. Fuck.
Specific the specific subject. So we got 250 gold for the library as it stands. One for a general subject and 2 very specific subjects. I believe that would be up to you guys to decide what the specific subjects are.
I know what one of mine would be.
Wait, what's that?
I know. So the library works for getting 2 specific subjects. So,
yes.
Okay. Does anybody else actually want to have a library with something like of theirs to be in there, like subject wise?
I want to get I'll message. Probably about more like religion or something.
Okay.
Religion's a general subject. Is there any specific part of religion that you wanted to look into?
I'll message you about that later.
Okay.
Yeah, that can be a future expansion. Expansions are like 50 gold. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll think about that.
So for now, what do we want our 2 specific subjects to be? Because I believe Trevlon had something specific they wanted.
Yeah. A bit of very, very personal. Let me just see. God, what the fuck is the author called? I made them up, so I shouldn't fucking forget this. Where the fuck is it? There it is. The entire works of Gisper Zimmer, who is an author that Trevelyan has a book of.
Entire works of. Can you spell that in chat, please?
Gispra. Let me just write that down. Zimmper.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Thank you. All right. So that's one specific subject. Anything else?
Let's see.
I kind of think that the anthropologists might want to have a think about, anthropology.
I was thinking,
You know what I
adding
mean?
like the races of Arion, but I'm not sure.
Do we want to
could
put
be
a
useful.
pin in this and someone message
All right.
Atlas to see if they had something specific?
Oh, okay.
And then we can just get back to them.
Yeah.
I think Atlas had something specifically wanted in the library.
Yeah, I can defer it for Atlas.
Alright, sweet.
All right. Well,
And
in the
the
meantime,
general-
the general races of Arion.
I think that would be good because, we just got told that a group of people just sent a horrible giant moth to attack some elves. So it might be good to understand the context between, racial hatred, because that seems to be a thing.
All right.
Definitely.
Okay. So, the man takes notes. All right, so just to double check and make sure you got everything you want. We're making some freestanding barracks, 2 expansions, so it holds 30. We got a freestanding smithy, a freestanding alchemy lab, tinkering labs, fine to go in the manor, and we got a library that's fine to go in the manor, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Got it. And
How
then,
much would that be?
well, now
One
you
more
gotta
thing
make
for-
me do math, which is the worst possible thing you could have done. Thanks for that.
I apologize in advance.
All right.
This
So,
is much appreciated, though.
400 plus 250, 650 plus 340 is 990. Plus 300, that's 1290. Plus a tinkering lab. Tinkering lab. 1590.
1590. All right, let me just take that.
Shit,
out.
we have some things left over afterwards as well. Magnificent.
1 second, 276 minus 1590. Is that you?
Yeah.
All right, cool. That leaves me personally with 486. So let me just write that down. 486, and consider yourself paid, sir.
Yeah. You hand over the money, which I'm not going to question how, since that's a lot of money. And he's like, right, I'll get my boys to start building it. 15 days is the max construction time, assuming none of yous are here. If you want to stay here, probably a little shorter.
We need to try and... well, that actually brings up a good point. We need to try and find someone, and I don't know where they are. So it might be an idea.
As a hireling you're referring to.
No, I'm referring to our employer. We weren't able to find them. Remember, we weren't able to find them back in Port Miranda, so we might have to have a try.
Oh, shoot,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
right.
We might have to try and think about where the hell they are.
Well, let's see.
Before I forget, and this will be the last thing we ask of you. There's one specific person we were thinking of for the to man the alchemist lab in terms of what do you call it, like management.
Yeah.
Get in contact with Annabelle Wheelwright. She's based in Port Miranda currently. She's at the university. She knows who we are. She'll know where to go. We've told her about it. So yeah.
Well, that's gonna make it real easy, he says, taking note of the name. Got it.
Indeed.
Yeet. I don't know what yeet is, but I think if I feel like saying it.
Probably some kind of dwarven curse.
Yeah, probably. Right. I appreciate your quick work. Have a fantastic rest of the day.
Whatever. All right.
Hey, so you two, as he looks to Treb and Momo, so I know that we didn't exactly part on the best of terms the other day, and well, I guess we can maybe let bygones be bygones.
That would be nice. At least we're not getting attacked from all sides.
Out of character, and just as a little observation, I find it hilarious that you're having this conversation now, because it has been at least 4 days since it happened, so you guys have just been awkwardly sitting in the mansion this entire time.
Yes, it's fucking sucked. It's absolutely sucked.
It absolutely was terrible.
I appreciate that you're talking to us again now.
Yeah.
And Trevlon sort of is Thav still here?
Oh no, he fucked off inside the moment he handed in the money.
God damn it!
Well,
Fuck.
shit.
Well, to be honest, it makes more sense that you're saying it now. If Thav's not here, it'd be a bit weird. It's like, I know that Thav isn't talking to you guys, but don't get me wrong, I'm your friend. be a bit weird.
A little bit.
So it makes sense. Shit. Right. Okay. Is there a okay? What's the course of action now? That's a very good question that I just asked everybody. I know I'm patting myself on the back here, but
Our
yeah.
employer.
We need to go find our employer.
Yeah, I need to find Aldren. Yes, that's the one. I need to find him, not just because we'll get paid, but also because I have questions that are important. Right. Shall we try and get Thav for this?
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's get a boy.
Oh boy. You all head back inside to get the boy.
Hooray.
For mechanics wise, would it be wise to say that just so we don't accidentally bastardize Corellian's character, that Corellian just stays here and helps expedite the process of building shit?
Yeah, you can.
That's what I was.
You can totally do that. Yeah.
Hooray!
Love you, Atlas.
Atlas,
We love you, God Atlas.
What's the future like?
All right, so the lot of you catch up with Thavagoth.
Thav, hello. Yes. So, what's shaking? Oh, fuck it, never mind. Okay, listen, we have to try and find Old Ren. This much is clear. You wanna help us do a little searching? It's okay, cool. That is not what I expected, but that's fine. Fantastic, excellent, cool, marvelous. When was the last? Okay, so do we think it's possible that Old Ren is still in Port Miranda? Isn't that possible?
I mean,
is it?
The last time we tried looking for him was in the tavern. We didn't really look anywhere past that.
No, I think somebody, I can't remember who, but somebody investigated around and...
Yeah, it was at the end of the session last time, and I speeded it up by saying you look around town and didn't find him.
Did we?
We need to figure out a way of contacting him, but it's going to be it's going to be tricky because we don't exactly.
I have a spell.
Yes, you
I
have
a messenger
what?
spell.
What you do?
Let me check. No, that's not it.
I didn't hear a confused sound from Alex, so I'm assuming that you do. What?
Did I get a spell for that, Alex?
You should have. It's...
Yeah.
You're talking about sending, right?
Yes.
Meanwhile, Mal looks into the void and says, "Thank you for the bit."
Yeah. Thank you for the
looks at an
single bit.
invisible, fourth wall. Thanks for the bits.
Yes.
What's a bit, Mal?
Seinfeld
I don't know. What's come over me? Oh!
What is my life?
I found it. I have sending.
Great. Click on that and show the audience what it does.
Magical.
Mystical.
It's a short message
All
in
right.
25 words unless to a creature which you are familiar with.
Yeah. It's also, I think, a ritual? So you can spend 10 more minutes to do it and not spend a spell slot, which is very helpful.
Okay. I'm gonna do that.
Just ask him to come here, I guess.
Let's get this party started. So 25 words. Tell them job's done and where to find us. Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Well, if that's all you want, I'm heading to bed.
It's in the morning. There we go.
Thavagoth doesn't care.
Thavagoth is sad and tired. Let him sleep.
No.
He's not going to sleep. He's just going to bed to sulk for a bit.
Little do we know, he brought the goat inside.
Oh.
He was waiting for the stables to finish, so the goat is currently residing in his room.
All right.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good thing. You Thavagoth will go up to his room, stroke goat for how long do you say that the ritual is going to be? 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
For about 10 minutes, and then we'll take goat outside to the stable, making very clear and very overdramatically to make sure he doesn't make eye contact with anyone in that room as he leads goat out past everyone.
All right. Well, before that happens...
Why must you hurt my soul like this?
Well, before that happens, I just double-checked. I don't think sending is a ritual spell.
It's not?
Nah, so it has to use a spell slot.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Well, we're not
Can
in
I
a
take a
pinch
short
anyway,
rest so I can, or a long rest so I can fix it?
You already did, but I just added it back up to the start.
Yes!
Yeah.
So can I cast it now?
Yeah, go ahead and cast it. What's your message?
Where'd you go?
I
just had it!
No, you already cast sending. Don't cast it again.
Okay.
I thought "where did you go" was your message for a second. It's like, wait, that's it? No, stop.
Where go? Send. Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Dear Old Ren, What's new, pussycat?
All right.
Yeah.
What is your message?
Dear old Ran, 3 letters. I give him. We could not find you at Port Mirandu. Please come to this location, and then I put in the location.
You put in the location.
All right.
How many words?
I'm a GPS.
I was going to say you try to describe where it is and then cut off in the middle.
Yeah.
Wait, no, just say Battenrance Hall. Jesus fucking.
Yeah, but that's a Twitter message.
Yeah, Battenrance Hall.
All right, I'll back it up. I'll be nice.
Okay, that's actually just 20 words. So, Battenrance Hall is the last 3 of 18. So, that's all I'll send.
Lots of love, Momo.
Yes, lots of love, Momo. Perfect. 24. Send it.
All right. You send out the message into the ether, and then a few seconds later, you hear, "Really? A new location to find you? How very inconvenient. I'll be there."
What a bitch.
So, did you get a message back?
I did. He said, how inconvenient. He'll be here soon.
Inconvenient? Mate, we tried to find him in the regular spot and he wasn't there.
So if anything, it would.
It doesn't matter.
We can't ask questions of people who clearly don't know how inconvenient they're being. Fucking bitch.
It doesn't matter. Let's not worry about it. Let's not sulk about it. We have a job to do.
But I'm very good at sulking.
Yeah, let's not sulk about it. Turns directly to Thapagath.
Glares at Thab.
Let's not sulk about it. You say the moment Thapagath enters the room holding Goat, actively sulking.
God.
How long would it take for him to get there?
He didn't say.
Heck. Alright.
So I guess now
Actually, is wait, and I'm definitely going to be going over the questions I want to ask him.
Well, just to say, we do still have, fucking Scott, you have however much Skull actually got. Oh, sorry, Malphine actually got. I believe Corellian got anywhere up to 300, I believe, just under 300.
Something like
gold.
that. 300, 400, I don't remember which.
And I've still got just over 400, so...
Corellian's got 286 right now.
I'd say, I think 200 of that, they were willing to go towards building shit. Who volunteers to shake down Malphine to get the money so we can buy some more? And otherwise we can just wait. I'm cool waiting a bit and just saying that's still an option we can explore because we do still have a fair amount of moons.
You do indeed. Do you want to go bother the guy again and say, wait, there was actually some more stuff?
I actually want to try and talk to Thab if it's possible, and if he doesn't, ignore me.
All right.
So I shuffle my way towards Thab's room. Is his door closed, or is he even in his room?
The door is open. They're slightly ajar. You feel free to go in the room. Let me have this.
At my own risk.
Yep.
No pressure.
No pressure.
Okay.
Momo just kind of tiptoes, his heart is pounding, and he just goes.
Nothing. You hear nothing.
You didn't hear anything?
No.
You hear nothing.
Oh. Okay. He preps himself in his head okay. And he walks in. Do you mind if I talk to you for a moment?
Again, you hear nothing.
You walk inside and look around. The room is empty. Thapagath's not in there. You saw him leave. You dumb shit.
You suddenly remember. Oh wait a minute. Thapagath.
I'm sorry.
Thank you, Alex.
Why didn't you tell me?
I thought you remembered.
No, I didn't.
I just thought it'd be funny.
Well, now I feel even more stupid.
All right, so.
Well, forget that plan. Jeez.
Okay, so Thavagath has taken Goat out to the stables. Is Chicken Bait already there?
No, Chicken Bait is not there. There are a couple of hirelings wandering out and about, just kind of staring at the gardens, occasionally nodding, though.
Alright, Thavagath will take Goat out to the stable, get him nice and settled into one of the nice little stable things, and while I'm here, since I haven't done it today, I'm gonna try and train him. A little bit of animal handling.
Okay.
Let's see. What did I do last time? Last time I did speak.
I think you tried Shake last time, and it didn't go well.
Oh yeah, it didn't go well, did it? Okay, I'll try Shake again. Since I'm all by myself, I'll just do it normally. Ooh, baby.
Oh, now you are bound and determined to get this goat to shake, and shake he does.
So proud of my little baby. Shaking so well.
What a good shaker.
What a good Sorry, all I can imagine is the failed attempts at shaking is just like shake, and then the entire goat just vibrates violently.
The previous attempts, it's kind of like pulled up, and then the whole goat fell over. No, you stand, and then shake.
Oh, he's such a good goat. Okay, so I tweet him with 2 potatoes. I'll just give him 2 whole potatoes.
2 whole fucking potatoes. My God, man, the luxury.
And now I have 4 potatoes left.
All right. So, as you feed Goat and finish training Goat, Momo, you go outside still looking for Thavagath and find him at the stables.
I don't want to do it anymore. You guys are bullies.
Well, okay then. You don't do anything and just sit there and sulk for the whole day. Great.
Okay.
Yeah, you know it, baby. I'm the best at sulking.
Is the
I don't
Malleal
know.
altar?
That did a pretty good job at that.
Is the Malleal altar still in the foyer?
It's still in the foyer.
Alright, and Thavagath goes into the foyer. Do I need to make a strength check since it's evident I can pick it up, or?
For fun, I'll have you make a strength check.
Alright, BB.
Yeah,
Thavagath.
You hoist it up just fine.
Okay. Thavagath picks it up, finds the nearest hireling. Where is prayer room?
We were going to have it like upstairs over where like the little balcony is. I
thought it was finished.
Oh, it's not finished. There's still 4 more days to go.
Ah, right.
One more if you stay here for the night.
Yeah, yeah, he's probably gonna stay here for the night. So Thavagath takes it up to there.
All right.
He sees people building in there.
Yeah, people are building in there. There's like sawing and hammering, nailing stuff to walls. A bunch of different like drawings and paintings of holy symbols of Malleal. People are affixing those up to the wall and to the railing, putting up curtains and stuff.
Where do you want this thing?
They look between that altar. You know what, for fun, I'm going to say they already had an altar, so they look between your fancy altar, their kind of crappy altar, your altar again. They shove the other altar off the balcony and it crashes to the floor down below.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's like, right where that one was.
Okay. He plonks it there very, very delicately. Just looks over the balcony to see the wreck down the floor, just giggles to himself as he leaves.
All right, so you set the altar down and they start kind of like checking the paint, making sure everything's cool, putting like candles on top of it and such. And one of them says, "Hey, thanks, big guy."
Good.
And immediately goes back to having a drink and just like looking over all the rest of the workers.
Yeah. Do we have an area with any booze?
You do not have... Unless you brought booze with you, no.
Nope, don't have any. Alright. Never mind.
Alright. So, you look longingly at the booze before realizing you didn't bring it with you.
No. Do we have an area that could be considered a... Oh, what's the word? Basement?
Tavern?
Basement?
Basement?
Yeah,
you know, where rich white people have like an unnecessary amount
I
of
know
wine.
I know what a basement is. Like, are you talking about storage rooms or like actual below ground basement?
Oh, essentially storage room, somewhere that could be considered like a wine cellar or something.
You've got just a generic storage room, and then there's also the trophy room, but that's where everyone's sleeping right now. So.
Generic storage room. Hold on, let me just look at the landowning improvements. Do we have anything that could, in this list of landowning improvements that I am currently skimming through, do we have anything that could be considered something for booze storage, a cellar of some form?
Booze storage? No.
Yeah,
not specifically. I'll consider that as a farm without the hirelings, or like with just one hireling, though.
Righty-ho.
Also, what did I miss?
Thavigath dragged the altar upstairs, and Momo tried to talk to Thav in his room, but decided to quit once we pulled a prank and said he already left.
And I felt bullied and discriminated.
All right. Using my own monies, and I'll let you decide the costs for this, dearest Alex, because I don't know exactly what it is I'm buying. Or whoever it is I'm talking to do this, I want to purchase whatever it is I need to do to outfit this spare room into a like a casket storage or something, the booze storage of some form, a cellar. And then however much you need to be able to fill it up with enough to, I don't know, let's say 5 or 6 hefty barrels of decent shit.
Okay. You pull in the guy who made notes before, and after quite a bit of complaining, you direct him over to the storage room, explain you want like a little above-ground wine cellar there. And he's like, not too much to refit this since it's, empty fucking room, but you want the good shit? That's gonna be probably 100 gold.
Is that including the price of the good shit itself?
Oh, of the good shit. If you want the good shit, no, that's going to be another 50.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with that. So is that 50 per barrel or 50 in total for a room full of good shit?
50 per barrel.
Right. And I'm happy to spend 200 because, oh boy.
I have a terrible feeling.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 200 gold to outfit this room into an above-ground wine cellar and 2 barrels of good shit.
Oh boy. Okay.
5 weeks later, Thavigath spends all our money on his alcohol addiction.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean your money?
As he makes note of that. Right.
Wait, what?
Good shit's a little harder to come by. Probably going to be like at least 20 days to get it. So, yeah, you're going to have to sit tight and wait for that one, buddy.
Yeet. And just for good measure, how much would be a barrel of just like generic shit to be able to?
Generic shit, probably 25 gold.
Oh, I'll get 2 more barrels of that then.
All right.
This is coming out of my own personal money before the rest that we had before. Sorry, there's 50 here, so 80 to minus 8. Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I can math.
Okay.
All right, cool. There you go.
All right. So, you all do your business until around the middle of the afternoon, as I roll for a random encounter. And As you do, you hear a loud yawn and a, crowing chicken of some kind as Chicken Bait comes out of the trophy room and says, "Good morning, everyone! When do we start work?"
I believe you can probably start it now, right?
Okay, yeah.
I guess so.
All right.
I mean, we have a couple of things in the stables that you can look after, but not too many just yet. Our collection is not at the moment very large.
All right. He goes over to the stables and sees what's there. It is one goat.
Thalagath is already there, just sitting there with goat.
Chicken Bait looks at goat, looks at Thabagath, and I goes lazy and it drops back towards the goat.
I'm loving this.
I snaps back. Okay! And then he heads into the goat stall.
God, I love him. He's too good for this world.
All right.
Yeah. That goes. Attention then goes towards Chicken Bait. It's like, hello.
Yeah. Yes, hello. Says Chicken Bait, who's already pulled out a brush and is brushing a goat, getting some fleas out of his fur and smoothing it over. Yes, hi, it's me, Chicken Bait. Hello.
Worth note that Thalagath wasn't there when Chicken Bait came across, and this is his first time meeting him. It's just like, okay, and looks back down at the ground where he's just picking up straw and just he's treating goat nicely.
Mm-hmm.
He seems nice.
He's got some kind of chicken on his shoulder. It's all good.
It looks like a pretty chicken.
He's a pretty.
Thalagath speaks up and says, "It's a pretty chicken."
Yes, it's Stone Chicken. He points up to Stone Chicken, who looks up, stares directly at you, Thavagath.
Hello. And waves his big Goliath hand at Stone Chicken.
Yeah, don't look into his eyes. Don't look into his eyes. Don't look into his eyes.
Stone Chicken just kind of barks at you, and immediately.
I was just about to say I've never thought of what a cockatrice noise would be, but just being just the bark of a terrier now works perfectly
bark of an angry small dog. That's what it sounds like.
It works.
It sounded like an angry bark, or was it just a general?
Roll animal handling to see if you can understand what it was doing. Just sounded like it was vocalizing something. And then it just turns back to Chicken Bait, lightly pecks him on the head to no effect. As Chicken Bait continues, brushing goat, getting to the underside of goat, also smoothing that area out. Goat doesn't seem to mind at all.
Oh.
Well, less. He's, cool. I don't know who this stranger is, but he's treating goat nicely. I'm cool with him.
All right.
And without a second's thought, he just goes back to picking up hay and throwing it.
I'm assuming some of you went to actually direct Chicken Bait towards the stables. So
yes.
I did.
So congratulations. Thavagath is there and ignoring you.
Yeah.
Step 2. And it's gonna... Children, when you play D&D, pay attention. Learn from my mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna attempt to try and talk.
All right.
Momo sees Thav and sees Chicken Bait, and he sees that Thav is ignoring him.
Again.
Momo winces because it hurts his soul too much, and he goes over at a small distance, leans over and just kind of waves. Hey, Thav.
Wait, did the microphone pick that up?
Yes.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
Okay,
it did,
good,
and it
good,
hurt
good.
my soul again. Momo sighs. Look, I know you're.
He stands up and starts walking towards the exit, signaling Momo to follow.
Momo follows.
And just have a gentle walk around the garden. Listen. I've explained why I'm pissed. You let me down. where I come from, when people are in a group, a tribe, if you will, important information, like releasing someone who wants someone in that group dead, is important information. I understand why you didn't tell me at first. But the fact I found out from a guard whilst you were in the room is unacceptable.
Words.
Now, I
can-
don't want to hear any more apologies. Apologies mean nothing in this context. Give me some time and show me that your actions mean what you say. Okay? Then he walks back, then leaving Momo in the garden, walks back to the stables.
All right.
Oh, my heart!
So, as you walk back to the stables, one of Chicken Bait's eyes tracks you, and he says, "You're doing this right in front of my salad."
Fuck's sake.
Wait, no, but we were out of range. That's why I was.
Yeah,
were in
but
the
the
garden.
chat said it, and I liked it.
Right. Thank you, Jorobad. Right in front of my fucking salad. Yeah, you know that's fair. In that case, I'm fine with it.
This looks like a job for severe mood whiplash.
Yep. Yeah, welcome to Fallen Empires. Sometimes we're not always sad.
Thavagath brings out a potato. Thavagath brings out a potato from his. Just to add to this mood whiplash, brings out a potato from his pocket and offers it to Chicken Bait.
All right. Chicken Bait looks at the potato, grabs the potato, says, "Thanks," and just swallows the potato whole.
Jesus, he bores it!
Fucking stop!
Thavagath just looks impressed, if nothing else.
Like, it didn't even look like it was any big deal. He just like, oh.
Nom.
And then his tongue just kind of sticks out of his mouth a little.
You know, I fully trust you to look after a goat.
No.
I fully trust. What is his name?
And no one bothers to learn kobold name. People call Chicken Bait.
Yeah, if that's what you like.
All
He
right.
sits back down in silent appreciation.
For fucking Chicken Bait.
Chicken Bait is the best.
I'm drawing him and he's pure.
And it's shit like this, which is one of the reasons why I was like, we don't have to assign all of our friends to all of these posts, because Alex is great at coming up with NPCs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple already picked out. Chicken Bait was one of them.
Nice.
And believe it or not, you already managed to find the defaults for 2 of the things, so...
Nice.
Anyway, anyone else doing anything in the afternoon?
Well, I guess they're doing what he's doing.
All right.
You have to stay here.
I mean, I'm just not entirely sure what else is there to do apart from wait for Ren for Trevelyan, at least. That's the main thing he's very keen on doing. So he'd probably just be like, just occasionally writing, but nothing very big.
Okay.
On a similar subject, like, it probably doesn't need any documentation of anything, but Mal needs to find someone to deliver all these fucking letters to, because my god.
Deliver all the letters to?
I mean, someone to send the letters.
Right. Fair enough.
Give them to Chicken Bait. I trust you.
Chicken Bait is
I trust
great
you.
at delivering letters.
No, don't do it.
Don't give him to Chicken Bait. He might eat them.
God.
All right. In the meantime, the only other major event of the night, the work crew, led by a gnome overseer, gets really drunk and construction is temporarily paused. So throughout the evening as you're eating dinner, you can just hear the shouts of revelry and crashing glass and glugging down booze.
What are they doing in there?
I believe they are having what we call a good time.
As long as nobody's getting hurt.
You know what? I've been thinking to myself, man, what should dear old Trevlon be doing with his time waiting for old Ren to arrive? What can he do? I'll see you in the morning. And Trevlon immediately just decides to walk on in and join the festivities.
Where are you? But where are you going? I just need a simple response.
Where do you think I'm going? I'm going where the fun is.
You know what? Have fun.
We'll
see you later.
Hopefully will not die. Can't promise it though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trevlon, you go up to where the shrine is being constructed. Everyone there is drinking some flagons of ale. They see you coming and cheer out, "Hey!" And immediately one tosses over a mug to you. "Come on, join the party!"
Oh my god.
Yep, this is good. And Trevlon drinks.
Yeah.
Drinks, cracks the cold one open with the boys.
She cracked open a cold one with the boys.
Fantastic.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, here we go.
Make a Constitution crack sip throw. Okay.
Here comes the real fun.
Here comes the real shit.
Pray to
Little
God.
do y'all know, Trevlon is fantastic at keeping his shit. This is a saving throw, right?
Saving throw, yes.
Fuck. Okay.
And there it is.
Oops.
I mean, it's pretty light ale. You're not drunk, but you do feel the need to keep on drinking because this is a good time.
Yes.
Trevlon does not give a shit. He is doing this. He is determined to have a good time tonight.
Yeah.
He's getting too anxious.
The party keeps on going through the night with the occasional from a harmonica playing in the middle as Trevlon tries to play his song while drunk.
This instrument, it vexes me and it makes me upset. Let's try again. Fuck. It's not working. It's broken.
Not
Fuck
working.
it.
It's probably broken.
Broken. It's too small.
We'll take a hammer and fix the beer.
Put this in beer, Tom.
Very good.
Havagath can hear the insulting accent and walks into the room.
All right, you walk into the party. They turn to you, Havagath. They also go, "Hey!" and toss over 2 mugs of beer.
He chugs them both instantly. Do I need to make a Constitution saving before I do
Sure,
what I'm about to do? What in the...
So, your excitement for the good stuff has made you think this is the good stuff, and you're hammered.
Okay. Trev.
What?
And he just says, he just give. He points towards the harmonica.
I do give harmonica, both in fear and in admiration.
Yep.
You know what I'm doing, boys.
While drunk, you managed to play the harmonica pretty well. Freaking
Trevlon in the middle of the room, dancing and just playing the harmonica.
Trevlon is flabbergasted and applauds, like very very fast.
Hey, that guy's harmonica.
And once he's finished, takes down the harmonica, hands it to Trevlon, and says, "That's how you do it.
You have bested me in all ways."
You're decent."
I want to join.
He leans in real fucking close to Trevlon, like nose to nose kind of style.
Oh fuck!
And don't you fucking forget it. And then he leaves the party and goes to bed.
All right. So, Momo, you said you were going up too?
I want to see what all the commotion is.
All right, you look up, looking at all the commotion. Looks like you missed an amazing harmonica duel, except it wasn't a duel because there was only one harmonica. And Yeah, the gnomes who are leading the drunken revelry look at you. They go, "Hey!" Toss you a mug.
I fumble it, but I catch it. I'm just, oh boy, do I drink this?
What the fuck? What else would you do with it? Would you?
I don't know.
It's alcohol.
Drink. You drunk. Again, like it's pretty light ale, so you're not smashed like Abigath was somehow. But nothing's stopping you from drinking more and getting way drunker as the night goes on.
Hell yeah!
I am concerned at this point, so I chase after Momo just to pray that they don't get in any trouble.
As you do, you hear, "Hey!" and a beer mug just goes flying at your fucking face.
I want to try and dodge it.
Roll a dexterity save.
I really hope he fails it and it like directly lands in his mouth.
Oh no! Dexterity saving throw.
That one.
You duck under the mug, which crashes to the ground behind you and leaves like a puddle of ale right there.
Hey, what are you doing here? You need to be sleeping, you old bugger. Get back to bed, you child, you.
Trying to get you away from. Wait a minute, that's the night sky, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good evening, madam.
Good evening, my good sir. What'll it be?
Hello, man, lady.
I appear to have started a trend. Fantastic.
I suppose I'll take that as a compliment.
You should.
What is going on here, anyways?
We're having a party.
We're having a great time.
Ah, yes, the devil's juice again.
It's good
You
shit.
had some.
It's not from a devil. It's a dragon in the bottle. That's not a devil.
Yeah, it's great. It's fine. Just have a little. He like leans in closer. Just have a little bit. Just have a tiny bit. Have a little sip.
Interesting offer, but I think I'll pass, thank you.
That's fine. Just like, and he just chugs the entire thing.
Well, that is a lot of alcohol for one small.
Chug.
You know, that's actually a very good point. You're getting taller now. I'm getting scared. One day,
You have no idea.
one day it's gonna come back and they're like, "Hey, I wonder what's happening in Trevlin's
I'll
life."
pick you up one day and you'll be the baby.
I know.
How the bloody hell did that happen, anyways?
Yeah, that's a very
It's
good question.
called puberty.
How the fuck did that happen so fast though?
I know. It's
I
a
didn't-
sponge thing, metaphor.
Metaphor. Okay, cool. Do you absorb the puberty from the air and just take it in?
I didn't know.
Well,
yeah, never mind.
I just want to be better.
Better?
Honey,
That's what?
and he doesn't even know. He's just drunk slurring.
Just going on a tangent. Very good.
Yeah, about how like it actually gets kind of emotional and he kind of starts crying like a little shit. And
Wow. No, I thought I was scary.
Yeah. Don't. How about this? I think best course of action here would be you take this little gem upstairs, put him in a bed, make him sleep, and then I'm probably gonna have another beer and then pass out myself.
Don't sleep
kill yourself,
is bliss.
Devlon.
I mean,
I'm too mature for sleep. I don't need it.
Come on, bird boy.
No, put me down. I didn't know you were so strong.
I'm not.
you were just very drunk and limp.
Enough so that a rogue with the strength of 8 can just carry you upstairs to the bedroom.
Here's a fun fact about being drunk in Fallen Empires. The more drunk you get, the more flexible and made of rubber you are.
Exactly. Yeah. Beer
tips.
replaces your bones. Ow,
Your bones are liquid.
Very good.
Ouch,
Travel my bones.
Yeah. So would that actually make ale bone-hurting juice? Good night, everybody!
And there he's gone. There goes Phil.
Rip.
He's vacated the area, as any sane man would.
Phil has left. He is so
Phil has
disappointed
left
in
the server.
bone-hurting juice.
How dare you bring bone-hurting juice back to this good Christian household?
All right.
Oh, we're having a great time.
What the fuck was that? I feel offended on your behalf.
All right. So the night passes without incident.
Without incident, you say.
Without further incident.
There we go.
There it is.
All right. As I update the timeline to see what is done. There we go. All right. You all wake up to the sound of people finishing construction as I change over the soundtrack to active construction. Because as you look down, hey, it looks like the shrine's finished, and then look around and you hear dunk, dunk, dunk. More sawing and hammering from outside, from inside. It's a lot.
Magical. It is a very good thing that halflings are famous for their constitution and ability to not get hangovers.
Exactly, yes.
Either that or I am just very lucky. Actually, that's...
Out of sheer roleplay fact of the fucking nat 1 I some. Actually, no, fuck it. I got a nat 1, but I still got 1 point higher than Trevlon. Fuck all of you. But let's see. I got a hangover. No, I didn't.
No,
so
you
he
didn't.
wakes up quite happily. Good old big boy. He makes his way downstairs into the kitchen area.
Damn it.
Just enjoys himself.
Nah, you're kind of hungover, Momo.
Dang it. Oh well.
Very nice.
All right.
How dark is it outside?
It is. It's morning. Sun's risen, so
Okay.
the light's coming in.
Okay.
And as you head downstairs, you pass by the shrine, which is in a fairly central location as you head downstairs. It's curtained off, but like you peek through, it's a space dedicated to all the stuff they could find on Malil, which on Irion was not much. It's got the decorated altar, which has like holy symbols carved onto it, and then slides open to reveal like a lute in there. There are some rough pews for the worshippers, couple of white candles, and then just like drawings of holy symbols and not the holy symbols themselves. Then there's also a closet there where there are a couple of robes, just like generic priestly robes, not really decorated there. And that's the shrine. That is what they got together.
Oh, that's awfully pretty.
It is very nice. Wait, where exactly were we having the party, by the way, last night?
Where the shrine was being constructed. It also kind of smells a little like alcohol as you go down there.
That's not going to wash off easily.
I think I'm gonna walk away for a bit.
I mean, okay. Trevlon, is there like a candle around here, by the way? Just really quickly.
You want to put fire closer to the
There are candles in the shrine, yes.
No. Let me have this. Trevlon casts prestidigitation to make the candle smell nice and lights it. So there's a little scented candle in the place.
A little scented candle, nice. So what was
just to get rid of that stench?
So it was an incense candle, now smells like incense and double incense. What does double incense smell like? I don't know. It just smells pretty.
It smells twice the incense, so it smells twice the power.
Double incense.
Wait, why didn't you just use prestidigitation on the fucking altar, on the shrine?
Hey, how about you consider the results of my prestidigitation and not the fucking
Oh
application?
no, I'm happy with the results. I'm just gonna question it for the
How
rest
about
of
you
my.
just appreciate him for once?
God, yeah. God knows I need so much
Come on,
appreciation
man.
in my life. Fuck. I'm so
So much.
underappreciated.
All right. And then, as you inspect it, you hear someone very loudly calling from outside, a couple yards out. Mail call!
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we get mail here. Oh, that's what hounds are like, isn't it? Well, you wanna... Who wants to... fuck it. And Travelon walks over to have a look at it.
All right.
And see what the mail is.
You head outside, and coming up, jogging towards you, is a half-elf in a red uniform with, like, red hat with a long black brim over it, jogging in place with a sack over his shoulder, and it's like, You're Mr. Bluequill, right?
Oh, shit. This is actually for me. Yes, I am. Hello.
Right. We've got a couple lighters for you and your friends, who I'm also assuming are in there.
Yes, most of them are, in fact, in there.
Great. And while he's jogging, he reaches into the sack, pulls out 5 letters. There is one addressed to each of you. Each of you, including Corellian, who is not here, so we'll address his later.
I'm kind of headcanoning that Corellian is actually legitimately trapped in a huge ball of fur that is Mushka, who is just flat out asleep.
Mushka has refused to get up.
and Corellian is just half trying their very best to get out of it and half just in pure ecstasy, and we're just kind of going, we'll just let them do what they do.
Let's just let this happen.
Just a tad.
Yeah.
What happens if we stop it? Nothing good, that's for sure.
Nothing good.
Nothing.
Just let it happen.
All right. So he hands you the letters, looks around at all the different buildings that are just being hoisted up, and is like, pretty busy around here, huh?
We've managed to actually start making this place, a thing again. It's been a while since this place has been actually operational. It used to be a bit of a what's the word for a place that is not very well upkept?
A downer?
Shithole.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, Thav. It was that. It wasn't very good. So, yeah, I think we're doing a pretty good job managing the place
all right.
so far.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and spread that news back around, see if anyone's interested in, actually living here.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I hadn't really broadcast that this place exists yet. Thank you for that. That's a very kind service you're doing for us.
He salutes while still jogging. Happy to serve in the postal service!
That guy's way too happy about his mail call.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, shit. You know, it's weird having a place where you get mail. It's not like your business or place of work. Isn't that wacky?
A little bit.
Right. We all have a letter.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for the meal, and he just tips in 10 copper.
Much appreciated, sir!
Mal walks over to the mailman and says to him, actually, if it isn't too much trouble, do you think you could deliver these for me? And he hands him these 2 letters, one addressed to a Violus Lithos and one addressed to a Quintessa Crina.
Right, that'll be 5 gold each.
There he reaches into
sorry, no, not 5 gold, I way overestimated.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was about to fucking say.
That'll be
that's
5 copper each.
He sighs and then reaches into his sack and gives him 5 copper. There we go.
Yeah. There we go. Sorry about that scare, sir. It's early in the morning. I need my coffee.
So say we all. Thank you very much.
Righto! And then he jogs off at superhuman speed, letters in hand.
I often forget the copper is
before he even looks down at his letters, it's like, is it possible for someone to go that fast?
I mean, not traditionally. I mean, he might be a magical mailman, or he might just be really passionate about his job.
I choose not to question this.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say, with the fact that you just fucking saw it, that yes, it's completely plausible. Jesus. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christi.
Jesus Christo.
It might just be like, like a rhetorical sort of thing. Like, of course he's going that fast, but how? That's the big question. We got mail. What the fuck is in these?
It's full of big questions.
Yeah. Do you want to actually roll Arcana to check, or?
Yes, actually, that seems like a very interesting thing. Like, it might be bombs. Wouldn't that be bad?
Oh, don't even. Oh God.
Did you see what I did there?
Oh wait, no, roll Arcana to check how he's going that fast, is what I was asking.
Oh, right.
Boris,
Okay,
I know you were doing that in character, but that's horrible.
I'm sorry.
You think he's just intensely powerful by way of being a mailman, and then you peer beyond the veil to a series known as The Legend of Zelda, and think maybe he's a fucking reference!
I figured that he would do that.
God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna fuck it.
happy.
What is in the fucking letter? Thav is opening his letter.
Alright.
Yeah, one at a time.
He waddles back to the house.
Let's go down the list. Thav spoke up first. You open the letter. It reads, "From the desk of Julian Jeremier, who is your manager." In case you haven't written that down, because you should really write that down.
It's important information.
He writes, good to hear that you got your own place of business, place of address. Very nice, very successful. Me, I'd kind of like to share a little bit of that, which is why I thought of a business deal. You, my friend, aren't getting into as many fights as we would like here in the guild, but, if you have some space on your land, you could do the guild a real solid favor. All I'm asking is that you build a big old ring, huge one. I'm talking like enough to fit at least 8 people, for the Royal Rumbles. Big old battle ring in there, and invite your old pal Julian to come manage it. That would do us both a favor, if you know what I mean. Signed, Julian Jeremier. In case you didn't see, from the desk of Julian Jeremier.
Am demonetized.
Yep.
Oh, luckily that was my plan already. So bitchin'.
Bitchin'.
Very bitchin'.
Trevlon.
Yes.
Your letter reads, "From the desk of Morkid Lionbelly."
Oh fuck.
Oh no!
Oh,
Yeah.
Sick, nasty farts. All right, what does it say?
Mal peers over and just immediately turns away.
Hey, look, I've got political friends.
Yeah. Dear Mr. Bluequill, I am writing to acknowledge your change of address, and to let you know that obviously it happened while I was trying to reach you.
It wasn't intentional, I swear. I don't know why. Who the fuck am I addressing?
You're
Continue.
addressing him in your...
Yeah.
It's okay.
In my brain.
Your acquaintance, Mr. Duflame, owner of the Fiery Grog Tavern, is wanted under suspicion for smuggling items valuable to Port Mirandu and the Crown. As such, he will be investigated, and you likely will be asked questions about your involvement with him. Your cooperation in this matter will be greatly rewarded. Please, at your earliest convenience, come to the City Guard's office and answer some questions about what you know about Mr. Duflame. Regards. And he didn't sign it.
Fucking
I don't care for
asshole. And that is
What a shock.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Actually, roll a perception check.
Roll perception, baby. Here we go. This is what Trevlon is not known for, but he tries his best.
You notice that it's actually very stealthily folded where the signature would be, so you unfold it some more. P.S. It has come to my attention that in the course of this investigation, you've mentioned some things to the guards about the caverns below the Fiery Grog Tavern not belonging to Mr. Duflame, but instead belonging to a certain alchemist. If that is the case, I'm sure all these problems with Mr. Duflame can be solved easily. All you would need to do is bring forth this alchemist before us.
Fuck
Regards, Mary Lionbelly.
Yeah, no, keeping that
I
baby safe.
really don't care for him.
What a shock, Thavageth says once more. But in Thavageth's voice, not what I just did.
I can deal with people like our current boss, quote quote. I can deal with Stormkirk because at least you know what, that guy's direct with his dicketry. He zaps me with lightning in the face. He's not doing it because he's trying to do it underhandedly or passive aggressively. He's just a dick, and that's fine. But fuck this guy. He's so
I need to blow off some steam. Let's see what's on this paper.
All right, Malifane, you open it up, and it reads, "Dear Sir or Madam, We are writing in regards to the hospitalization of Azalea Lythos.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. She has been moved to a facility in Baylight as her condition is now critical and she is not responding to any stimuli. Attempts to reach her husband, who had sailed overseas to King's March, have failed, which leaves you the only one of her kin we could reach. Please send over 20 gold in the next 10 days, or we will be forced to discontinue her care. Regards.
Jesus Christ.
And then they give you an address to send it over to.
What?
Can I... Okay,
first read that before the guy left.
First of all, Scott, are you allowing us to see that?
If you would like to try and peer over, you can.
All right, roll sleight of hand.
In the words of our lovely DM, you most certainly can try.
You can most certainly try. If you want it to be a contest, then Mal, roll sleight of hand to keep it out of their sight.
Do you want to do that, buddy? Do you want to do it, buddy? You can if you want. Preserve that character secrecy. But
you know what? It'll build character. Let's try this contest.
Oh boy, baby.
Oh wait, let me take off the gloves first.
You don't have to.
I mean, all's fair.
So what am I rolling? So I'm rolling against Scott's sleight of hand, yeah?
You're rolling perception against Scott's sleight of hand.
All right. So Scott, you have to beat this.
That's performance.
That's performance. Well, fantastic. Fuck. There it is.
Well, what do you know? You try to have a look, but Mal is pretty quick-fingered and gets it over your head before you can see.
Well, that's a good read. Good read indeed.
That does not sound that. Okay, I've read books before, mate. I've come picked up a book and I've gone, that was a fantastic little bit of work there. Really had a good time. You look like you've just read somebody's death warrant. Are you okay?
Don't you love a good tragedy every now and then? It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Hey, Momo, what did you have in your letter?
Momo, your letter is a little bit thicker than the others. You open it up. It is a bunch of scrawled papers, mostly a lot of cult-ish ramblings, but there is like a repeated reference to something called the Anunnaki.
How do you spell that?
I will type it in the chat.
Heck yeah.
Anunnaki.
I'm kind of just fumbling. What are these? Do I see who they're from?
You look on the envelope. There is no return address, and there's no signature.
Guys?
Yes? What is up?
I lift up I show them, like, the bit of papers. What is this?
Okay, so remind me, Alex, what exactly we're looking at, because I was a little bit confused.
It's just like a collection of papers, a bunch of like scrawling and cult-like ramblings on it, but there's the word Anunnaki capitalized, so it's a proper noun. You know that much. Repeated throughout.
And from the looks of it, does it appear to be ramblings directed towards Momo, or are they collected ramblings that have been passed to Momo?
Make an insight check to see if it's directed at Momo or just collected.
Inside. There it is.
You have no idea.
No fucking.
Can I check?
Sure.
Can I try my way at seeing what the hell the Anunnaki might be? What this actually might be?
To see if it's directed at Momo. It was mailed specifically to you, but there's not really a reference to you specifically, Momo, in here. It looks like a collection of writings. If you want to know what the Anunnaki are, that's a religion check.
Okay, can I roll that too?
Yeah.
Can I possibly help as a person who is?
You don't need to.
You don't need.
Yeah, no, I
to.
don't.
You're good. Leave it to the cleric who knows something about religion. The Anunnaki are pretty obscure, even in all the religious texts you've read back overseas. Apparently, from what you've read, they are an ancient, predating most recorded history race of, towering humanoid sky people. It's vague on what they mean by that. Some say they have mechanical wings, others say they just fly, others say they're aliens. There's no real agreement as to what the Anunnaki are. But all you know about the Anunnaki from your collected readings, they are huge creatures from a mysterious world believed to be out of sync with the material plane, with strange, and this is kind of heretical from what you've read, but godlike powers that have been known to bestow ancient secret knowledge onto various races, including insects and animals, basically. One particular rumor said that they bestowed it upon the Arakocra, but obviously you know that's not true, because you're pretty sure you know where Arakocra come from. That's the elemental plane of wind. Let's not be silly and say it's the Anunnaki.
Yeah.
That being said, knowledge bestowed by the Anunnaki is also known to drive people mad, and one of the specific things it mentions about driving people mad in these notes is someone named Otar the Foul.
Can I roll history check and figure out who the heck that is?
Yes. Otar the Foul is a name that's come up pretty recently in Irion history. A couple decades prior is when it started, but there are rumors that he's still around. He is a dragonborn, but was also a pretty nasty barbarian leader. Basically, he led all sorts of raids in the mountains. He led raids of human barbarians, led raids of minotaur barbarians, orc barbarians. He didn't care. He just had this way of getting people to follow him and razing everything he could to the ground. Apparently, he died a couple decades prior, but there are, again, still rumors that people have spotted him. And none of them good, because from everything you've heard, Otar the Foul is batshit crazy.
So, what we got here is a collection of writings explaining a little bit about the Anunnaki, and also implicating something to do with the Foul fella. That's not good.
The name Otar sound familiar to me?
Oh yeah.
Roll history with advantage, Momo.
Oh boy! Okay, Boo, please.
It's better roll than me.
Momo, you know better than anyone, and more unfortunately than anyone, that your parents were devoured by Dragonborn.
Oh,
but
Jesus.
Dragonborn are creatures of honor, and usually don't do that. Which means there's only one Dragonborn you've heard of that would.
As soon as I read that name, my eyes widen, and I drop the papers.
You read something? What? Oh shit! Are you okay? What's up?
No. What about Otar was on there?
Just that he had apparently been visited by the Anunnaki.
Recently?
Doesn't give any specific dates. It's very bad about giving dates and numbers.
Lovely.
No.
Okay, mate, you're gonna have to take deep breaths now because you are not sounding good. What's up?
It's a lot to explain. Do you know who Otar is?
I'd like to say, I could say no, I have no idea, and I'm blissfully ignorant of the horrible travesties that he inflicted upon the populace. But I do, in fact, know that Otar the Foul he lived up to his namesake.
Well, he starts shaking a little more, and his feathers start to kind of puff up in kind of fear of just hearing his just reading it. He killed my parents.
Whoa! Perks Mal up.
And I don't want to talk about it anymore. Momo just kind of backs up from the papers, kind of like rubbing his hands, just trying to get the spiritual musk off of them.
Trevlon picks up the paper and folds it. Picks up the paper and folds them, and looks at Momo and goes, "There's pretty good evidence to suggest that he's dead, but
They say that they've seen him before, and that he was visited by the Anunnaki."
Thavagar holds up a little hand and just ducks his head in and says, "Okay, I'm going to say it just because no one else has. Your mentor is still missing, right?
Yeah.
And
You're not saying that.
the Sabagapi, whatever they're called, are in a world out of sync. No one seems to remember him. One and one are putting together, and somebody sent you this. Who, in God's name, any of them, would send you this? Off the top of your head, name a single person who would send you this kind of thing out of the blue for no reason."
No, I have no idea. You're not saying that he was that.
I'm not saying anything. I'm saying, take a deep breath. There is a reason you got this. And you've been looking for your friend for a while now. We've had no clues, no leads. Even that bird has stopped coming back. We never got a specific a second specific subject for that library. I think we should look more into the Anunnaki.
I think that's a good idea.
Well, we can work on that in the morning. I mean, next morning. Everyone has their letters, right? Right. Good. I can take that one from Corellian and give it to them tomorrow. I snatch the letter. Is everyone
Fuck
happy?
you!
Good.
I'm standing right here.
Okay. Right. Good. I'm gonna go to my room and just take the day to relax. Good.
And I'm gonna go relax too. And he kind of just quickly but like shakenly walks upstairs and back to where he was residing.
And I'm gonna do some investigative journalism. And Trevlon heads upstairs as well, with the express intention of trying to document, make a little piece that documents all of the movements of Otar the Foul.
Okay,
that's what he's thinking.
Thavagar stands there. Thavagar stands there next to Corellian, almost blank-faced, saying, "Well, everyone seems to have got weird news except for me. What have you got, Corellian?"
Just a fucking change of address letter letting me know that Paulette Guildhead has moved up to her winter home in Merdeel.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Feck off.
Alrighty then.
Hey, Atwas in the VOD. I do a really good Corellian voice.
Yeah. Good character representation too.
I love you, Atwas. I love you, Atwas in the VOD.
Atwas in the VOD is different from regular Atwas, by the way.
Atwas in the VOD is much more angrier.
Yep.
Atwas in the VOD is a benevolent god.
Yeah.
All right.
It rhymes, so it's true.
So, as you head upstairs to try and sort out the various bits of news you all got from the letters, most of it bad. There is a knock at the front door.
Oh.
This opens.
No way.
All right.
No, new house with this?
New house with this. Navigator, did you say you opened the door?
Yeah.
All right. So standing at the door is Kailani and two other Marrow. Momo, you recognize them from the library. They sold you some cleric supplies. Kailani looks up and sees you and is like, hello there. I was told this place is a shrine that you'd like someone to work at.
Thavagar interrupts him in the middle of that sentence and just embraces him in a big, squishy hug.
Oh my!
Baby.
He is cold and slimy. It's like hugging a fish, but it's still the boy.
Oh,
Slimy,
I
get
miss
satisfied.
you good fish boy.
Ah,
I
I understood that reference.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm drawing this too.
Oh boy!
Yes. Come right in.
I'd love to. Would you mind letting go, Thav?
Oh, sorry.
I couldn't resist. All right.
And he leads him and his friends to the shrine room, giving a small explanation of the rooms, the remaining rooms up to the shrine.
All right.
Offering him all the necessary hospitalities of home.
Yeah, Kailani looks over the shrine, nods, says, "Can't say I'm very familiar with Malil. I can certainly offer what services I can, but and then the other Marrow pipes up. Well, lucky you brought us along. We happen to be on the up and up with all sorts of different holy deities and the like." And he just flashes every holy symbol known to man. And he turns to his compatriot. "Isn't that right, Mr. Marsh?" And Mr. Marsh says, "Yeah." Mr. Marsh says, "Yeah."
Who are these a reference to?
Kailani turns and is like, You'll have to forgive Morrissey and Marcia. They kind of got foisted upon me. The rest of the Marrow think they're con artists."
I mean,
I like them.
I've never really heard of religion. Like, I mean, I'm not entirely sure. Like, is pet like? I'm not entirely sure if it's like a dangerous sort of con artistry. It's like, hey kid, you want to buy a religion? Oof, very frightening.
Yeah.
You want to buy some religion?
Yeah. Meanwhile, Morrissey leans over to you, Momo, and is like, "Hey, you want to buy a holy symbol?"
Opens up his trench coat.
It's genuine.
Rows upon rows of various holy symbols.
Oh, no thanks, I've got plenty.
I got gold.
Suit yourself, kid. And Morrissey closes up the trench coat. You don't mind if we decorate the place, right? Make a little homey, a little, wetter, because we're Marrow.
I don't mind if.
Quick question. This will be a structural question. I'm not sure who it is I've been asking this specifically, but how willing, for lack of a better word, is the room for accepting wetness and the moisture?
Wet.
You're not really sure what they're even referring to, but worst that can happen is the candles don't burn.
What do you mean weather?
It's pretty dry in here. It smells like something burning. You smell something burning, Mr. Marsh? Yeah. Mr. Marsh says yeah.
Candles.
I mean,
I can hear Mr. Marsh.
There's nothing wrong with a little water feature, though. Surely, like little fountain, maybe a little bit of a pool, maybe. Be nice.
Right. Not seeing a whole lot of room for a pool in here. Like, maybe you could put it outside. Speaking of, where exactly are we supposed to sleep? Asks Kailani.
We've managed to actually start making the barracks, which will be residence for basically all of our sort of people who decide to work here.
Barracks will be done in how many days until barracks?
11 days, assuming none of you stay here.
Okay,
right.
Barracks will be done in 11 days. Until that point, if you feel you can have my room. I've been sleeping out in the stables for the past couple of days anyway.
All right. Not sure how well 3 of us would fit in one room, but we'll work something out.
And Kailani, if you need, if you want, you can sleep in my room with me.
Much appreciated.
Of course.
All right,
God,
so you leave the Marrow to set up the shrine. Anything else you're doing in the afternoon?
Well, Trevor's going to.
Okay.
You go first, Steph.
I was going to find the buildy boy, the guy in charge of the construction-y business.
All right. He is currently outside, leaning against a wall, definitely not taking a nap.
Of course, that'd be out of protocol. What kind of business practice is that? All right, guys.
What time is it again, roughly?
3 in the afternoon.
All right. Good afternoon. Hello.
What do you want?
Oh, hello. Good listen. You want more things to do, right?
He just kind of stares.
That's what I thought. I have another building request. Well, not request. I have money.
Okay, money
At the
talks.
sound of that word, at the sound of that word, you hear bawling in the hallways.
Ballin' or bowling?
Ballin'. Y'all ballin'.
Sobbing. There.
All right. What do you want?
Metal ring.
Okay. That's basically gonna be a big hole in the ground. How big were you wanting it?
Pretty big. I'd say. Okay, it says double cost to increase size. Does that just exclusively mean size, or does it also affix some?
Exclusively size.
Exclusively size. Okay, how much is 50 gold? How big is 50 gold?
50 gold is basically enough for a one-on-one duel in there with people lining up around the top.
And 100 gold would be?
100 gold would be for 2-on-2. 200 would be for 8 people.
And that can just be increased at any point, can't it? So I will just say I'll go for 100 gold one.
All right.
Just to start us off.
He looks over the gold. Right. 100 gold for a hole in the ground. Kinda seems overpriced to me, but I don't make the prices. Whatever.
And in terms of fighting rings and stuff, what other things usually become affixed to fighting rings? That would, assist in crowd shit, or is that, or are they all like literally just holes in the ground with other shit around them?
Basic is holes in the ground. Like traditional battle rings, if we're talking stuff like the Colosseum, it would be like built up staircases and seats. You don't have that in the budget, but you can like pay some extra to dig in seats and have the battle ring be like sloping, a couple posts to keep the audience away from the ring itself, backstage areas, that sort of stuff.
All right. What kind? In the letter, you just remind me what it is he requested in terms of.
Mr. Jeremiah wanted specifically something that was for a Royal Rumble for like 8 people.
8 people. Okay. What do I have? Yeah, fuck it.
If you need any spare cash, I can lend a penny.
How many pennies hath thou got?
Let me check.
Since all payments so far have been
39.
from the big 2,000.
39.2.
In that case, don't bother.
Okay.
I'll just use 200 I've got to do the Royal Rumble thing then, fuck it.
All right. So you hand over more money, and he's like, all right, big ol' hole in the ground. Got it. Let's hope it's worth something.
Yeah, we'll find out.
Okay. Whatever. Anything else you wanted, or are you just going to, go back to whatever it is you do, and I go back to whatever it is I was doing?
Do you have anyone around here that can send a letter?
We just had a mailman.
Yeah, but I missed him.
You missed it. You were right outside. What the fuck's wrong with you?
I didn't have a letter to send him. Now I do.
Yes, you'll have to wait for whenever he comes back.
And then he just continues to make that sound as he waddles away.
Yeah. What? You want more regular postman visits? You should start building this place up so it's not a shithole.
I'm trying. As he very obviously jingles his quickly emptying money pouch.
Okay. So then, Trevlon, you were gonna do something.
Yes, I was going to begin my research onto the whereabouts of our foul person who we want to really know where he is, because that would be bad. It's Mr. Otar.
Whereabouts would be pretty much impossible to find. Previous timeline you can look for. History check.
All right, baby, here we go. Wow, that's fucking good.
You remember north.
North?
North. That's about it.
Like just north, generally speak, just the direction.
Yeah, just the direction north. That's what you get.
All right. Okay, cool. Right, I just equivalent of like the SpongeBob bit where he's not up all night trying to write something and he just writes the word.
Oh, east. I thought you meant west.
West.
You know, Wumbo, he, she, me, Wumbo.
Wumbo. That would be enough to kill me.
All right. That's what you got, Trevlon.
Fantastic.
Okay, so anyone else doing anything for the afternoon?
Is there any way I could find out more about where the letters came from, or do I just have no idea? And do I know anyone on the premises that has any idea of what these are?
There was no return address on the letter. No one seems to know who would have sent the letter. You can look around, but you won't get much.
Alright, then I won't bother.
I have an idea. This is a new day from when I trained Goat last time, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Trevlon goes to the barn. Sorry, not the barn. The stables. Chicken bait's over there, I'd imagine. Yes.
Chicken bait's over there.
All right. Can I instruct or give the job of daily training of Goat to Chicken Bait? Is that a thing he can do?
Yes, you can. He's like,
bitchin'. In that case,
I
any day
train
that
stone chicken. Train Goat is easy. Anything you want me to train?
Start with the basics, work our way up to being mount, I guess.
Okay.
Any day I'm not here, any day I don't train him, or any day I forget to train him, you could. That would be brilliant.
Okay.
I love him so much.
Then just gives him another potato. Because I have these potatoes.
You have many potato.
Just as a reminder, how often does the mailman seem to come by?
You don't know. This is the first time you've seen him.
Well, shit. I guess the entire day is just spent just writing a letter with a return address, putting 10 gold in there, and just praying for the best.
They asked for 20.
Yeah.
10, 20, my bad. Like,
if I may, out of character, suggest something. They asked for it within a 10-day. There is a chance that mailman might not come for plus 10-day.
Oh, no!
Mother, maybe you might not want to take this risk. We're not too far away from Port Morandu. And Julius is over in Port Morandu, isn't he?
Julian, yeah, as far as you know.
Yeah. Julian, not Julius. In that case, just to help along, Thabagath says, just before he heads off into bed, I'm probably gonna head into Port Morandu at some point tomorrow. Want to accompany?
I'll come along if you don't.
I have to do something in Port Morandu, so yeah, I'd like to come if that's possible.
You hear sobbing from the other side of the door, going, "Yes, please."
Okay.
Is he okay? Trevlon walks over to the door and sort of knocks and goes, "Buddy, you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine. Never better.
That is a lie. I'm pretty good at seeing those. It's okay.
It's you can't see lies. They're not physical things. Funny.
Okay, look. you don't need to talk right now if you don't need to, but just keep in mind we're available if you need us, okay? So don't... My advice would be to not stay in that room all day. All I'm saying. Please don't feel bad all the time today, please. At least try. At least not even. Oh, that's a very shitty thing to say. If you feel like talking to us, we will try our very best to make sure that you feel better. And if you want to stick around in there for now, just do that. Okay?
Silence.
Right.
Thelagath knocks on Corellian's door. Moshka, roll over. Okay, Corellian, can you hear me yet?
Corellian.
We're going to Port Miranda tomorrow. You cool to just chill out?
Fantastic.
Okay, Moshka, you can roll back now.
And once again, Corellian is covered in fur.
Corellian is lost to the fuzz.
The fuzz.
It's the fuzz!
It's the fuzz! Okay.
Anyway.
So.
Oh shit, I didn't actually I went over there with the intent of training goat, but didn't actually. Can we roll back time and pretend that I'm not an idiot?
No.
Remind me, what's your intelligence score again?
Today.
Yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. What is my
Your intelligence score is like 8, so...
9. Yeah.
Oh, well, pardon me.
No, I thought it was 8 until I looked.
All right. No, your day of training was telling Chicken Bait to start training. If you rolled it back, Chicken Bait will not train goat, so there you go.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, it's Chicken Bait. We'll have trained him at least, so I'm good with that.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, so rest of the night passes without incident. And you wake up the next morning. You're kind of used to the sounds of construction by now.
It's a good day. It's a good day. And goes downstairs, grabs some breakfast, waits for everyone else, sees that Trevlon's still at the table.
Hello.
You silly goose.
I'm trying my best to be awake, but it's not working very easily. Yes.
You see some notes Trevlon was taking through the night, trying to track Odar the Fowl's movements. It looks something like, somewhere up north, attempt to draw a map of Irion. Then, in the corner, fuck!
Accurate. Very good.
Attempts to draw the north.
Then there's a little compass in there, just in case he forgot which way was north.
Is Momo down here yet, by the way?
Momo was just getting up and he was gonna go knock on Mal's door. So Momo goes over to knock on Mal's door. Mal? You up? We're heading to Port Miranda whenever you're ready. I head downstairs. I don't want to bother him. He seems in a poor spot.
Alright. So, Mal is still sulking as Momo heads downstairs to the dining room.
Morning, guys.
Morning, my good friend. I need to ask you a favor because I've just realized there might be a little bit of an issue of us all going down to Port Miranda. Can you quickly send a message to our dear friend and ask if he's coming over today or if he's coming over?
Corellian's still here.
Oh, shit, yeah, right. Okay.
Can you do it anyway?
Yeah, do it anyway.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Sure. Let me see. Yes, I can. Give me just a moment.
Go do that.
Yeah. Finger guns. So let me find it.
What are these sound effects? Holy shit.
They're construction!
It sounds like a raven having an asthma attack.
I think there is a raven having an asthma attack. The file's labeled slums, so...
Oh, no.
Where did it go? I just saw
I'm getting upsetting spaghetti. I can't find the spell.
Sending.
Yeah, I'm looking for it.
Meanwhile, you hear
On that
footsteps
one, small
coming
sheet.
down the steps, and footsteps going down the... No shit, Scott. And you see Malphane with an unusually unhealthy-looking smile on his face, almost as if he's hiding something.
Good morning. How was everyone today?
We are. Yeah, I think I'm okay. I tried to do some work yesterday. Emphasis on tried, but yeah, feeling good either way.
Oh, that's good. That's good. How about you, Thavagat? Thavagat, how about you, my good man, my good friend?
Good
buddy
night,
pal?
but it looks like you're trying very hard to get us to ask you a question. Is everything okay?
You're a funny man. I like that.
All right, I'm not pursuing that anymore.
No, yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Cool.
It's an obvious lie. I'm not adding that to the letter and sent. All right.
Okay, full disclosure, Mal. If I hear you say "I'm fine" one more time, I'm just gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Oh,
and
hey,
become-
what's that for breakfast? That looks really good.
I step in front of Mal and just stop him. What's going on?
So I'd like to get some breakfast for starters. That looks really good.
It's obvious that you're hiding.
I'm sorry, that fly sound effect. Well, that's the only thing that came into my mind.
No, you're lying.
So for breakfast.
The only... no,
Oh,
no,
yes,
I'm sorry.
roasted flies, my favorite.
No, the thing that popped into my head was Momo asking Malphane if he's fine, and then Malphane has this like 1,000-yard stare as a fly lands directly onto him.
He just has this traumatized look on his face, and then yeah.
As he blinks one eye at a time.
No, what's the fucking kobold's name again? I blanked out.
Chicken bait.
Chicken bait.
Chicken bait. Yeah.
The baby.
It's just like, oh, don't mind me.
Yeah, don't mind. I just have protein.
Oh, where were we?
and-
I'm sorry.
Mal, it's obvious that something's wrong. You need to tell us. You don't have to give us any personal details. Just tell us what's wrong. We need to know. You can't lie to us.
Yes,
Remember that?
lying would be bad.
Yeah, we had a bit of a discussion about this earlier when certain people that we are very familiar with may have done something similar.
Yeah.
That if those people can't lie, I don't see why you should.
Just be honest.
Are
you okay?
He has no idea what to do at this point.
Thagath is bringing out a piece of paper with the title Malaphane's Size, and it's got like an almost unlimited amount of tallies on it so far. Like, he's on to like 20.
All right.
I'm going to go out on a limb and make a judgment call and say that the letter you got didn't bring good news. Right?
Silence.
It's an interesting letter. It just said that word, did it?
No. I mean, Malphane is completely silent.
Right,
Scott, do I know about your mom? Did you tell me about her?
I think.
Did
I think.
I don't remember.
I know. I'm pretty sure Mal's told Trev.
I have out of character. I have a shit memory, so.
I think you told Momo about when we were bonding. When I think you told Momo about your mom.
Same with Trev.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Mal, is your mum okay?
I need to get some air.
All right.
Well, luckily
I'm-
for you,
I'm-
we're
I
heading
lo-
out on the road. Plenty of that out there.
Before we go, let's send that message.
Before
to,
you go,
to
yeah.
Ren.
What was the sending message?
All right. So what did we want it to say?
We're heading to Port Mirandu for the day. If you happen to be there, that would be cool. Otherwise, Corellian's at home.
Okay.
And condense that into 25 words.
Okay.
This really
Dear
is Twitter.
old
Holy
Ran.
shit.
We are heading out to Port Mirandu. Corellian is still at the manor if you still arrive. Best of luck. Send.
All right. And then quickly you hear back, I just left Port Mirandu. Stay where you are and I'll be there within the hour.
Okay.
Let's.
Yeah, I'm not in a rush. He said an hour.
Well, in the meantime, Momo goes out to Malafane. Hey, I didn't mean to startle you.
No, it's fine.
It was about your mother, wasn't it? What happened? If you want to talk.
She's in critical condition. I need to send this payment to her caretakers or she's not gonna survive. They're gonna pull the plug on her, right? I've already lived enough years without actually speaking with her. The thought of just having her completely out of my life, I don't know what to think about that.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. One of the construction workers was rudely passing by!
Don't mind me, I just need to hold this fucking wood!
Welcome back to another episode of Emotional Whiplash. Starring these fuckers.
Anyway. Is there anything I can do to help?
I'm not entirely sure, Momo. To be honest, I'm already low on funds as it is, but I don't want...
How much gold was it? How much was it? How many?
It was 20 gold that I had to send to them.
Momo reaches into his little coin pouch
No,
grabs
don't
20.
you dare.
Please!
I am not taking money from you. Not taking money from
You're
anyone.
not taking it, I'm giving it to you, please!
I am not...
Momo
Why?
grabs his hand and puts the gold in it and closes his hands.
Why are you doing this?
Because you're a friend. You're more than a friend, you're family.
After all the shit that I've put you guys through... I don't...
Momo grabs him and just holds him and just rubs his back as they hug.
I don't want to lose her.
You're not... We'll get the money to her somehow, and we'll save her. It's gonna be okay.
Okay.
I promise to you that we will get the money to her and we will save her. Do you trust me? Even after what just happened? I understand if you don't, but...
Shh. Of course I trust you. Of course I do.
Momo nods. And... he's gonna keep that fucking promise!
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
All of this
Scott,
is slightly less effective when you realize I think Mel's still got like 250 gold in his pocket.
No, he only has like 17.
What happened to the
Where
chess
the
set?
hell did...
What did you
Corellian has it.
Oh.
Does Corellian know? Because I was under the
I
impression
believe
that you were
so.
adding it to your inventory.
Last I checked.
Corellian
Okay, so
didn't
message-
add it to their inventory.
I didn't add it to mine.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, Scott, go back and watch the vid right now. We will wait. Okay, what does everything go? Where does everyone else go? We're waiting for Old Ran. Cool. Everyone else roleplay. Scott,
220 gold.
Okay. 220.
Give me my $20 back!
Remember when I said that I had a shit memory?
No!
All right.
Yeah, I do.
The thing is, I appreciate that whole emotional thing, but I was sat here going, oh shit, there's like 220 on it. What the fuck? I'm running out of money, and my pants can't keep falling down because of all of this money weighing down my belt.
I need money for bigger pockets!
You.
Sorry.
No, it's all invested in stock!
Emotional Whiplash will be right back after these messages from our sponsors.
All right.
Okay, I'm happy just saying that Corellian has it. So just add if you can be bothered, add that.
Yeah,
shit
let's just
to-
add it to Corellian so that scene still happens.
Yeah, 250 you said?
220.
Yeah.
Okay, 220.
Also, Scott, fuck you. You can't just realistic cry on stream like that. That fucking hurt. That fucking hurt.
That was really good, Scott.
Yeah, it was. Holy cow.
I almost felt something. My heart.
My heart.
It beat like once.
It beat. I'm not going to say it grew 3 sizes, but I'm willing to
Something
say
else did.
It beat.
I was just about to say.
All right. Meanwhile, an hour passes, and you hear the sound of pretty loud chatter outside. Like loud enough that it goes through the walls and doors and stuff.
Okay,
I hear some pretty loud chatter outside. Let's go
It's going
investigate.
through all the walls and doors and stuff. Let's investigate.
Fuck you. All right. You head outside to investigate. Approaching Battenrance Hall is your patron, Old Ran, still wearing those slippers, even though it's pretty temperate and they're not really walking shoes. They don't appear to have any dirt on them, though. There he is. There is your boy.
Claps for Uprising again.
Claps for Uprising again. And next to him is a really tall humanoid clad in red robes with skin that looks like it is polished gray stone and red sunken in eyes that kind of glow like fire with placeholder art because Uprising is a busy bee and hasn't finished the art for this man yet.
Corellian, how'd you get on the rooftop?
Roll
Fuck
initiative.
off! I'm in my bedroom!
All right, everyone, roll initiative.
All right. So he looks over at all of you and is like, well, oh my stars and garters, says the stone made man. Walks up to Momo. An Arakocra, I haven't seen one of those in a Baldur's Age. You are a fine specimen, my good sir. And then he walks over to you, Thavagath, immediately puts a hand on your bicep, feels it. Speaking of fine specimens, my goodness, sir, strength like yours is something to be treasured. And you, he turns over to Trevlon, you must be Trevlon Bluequill, the reporter. I enjoy reading your articles. Sometimes they're really good. And what's this I say in the back? I almost missed you, sir. My, what a sneaky little fellow you are. You would be perfect for those missions where I can't go because I'm very loud. Perfect. You're hired.
Wait, excuse me?
And then he smacks his forehead, turns to Old Ran. Did I forget to offer them the job? Old Ran nods. And then the stone man turns to you. How would you like a job right here, right now?
Yes.
You're hired!
Okay.
That's a job? What?
Fantastic.
You will have to excuse my compatriot, says Old Ran. He is quite a bit more eager and high energy than I am. Though I get the feeling you sense that already. Allow me to introduce Prince Zordan of the Oriad.
Prince?
Oriad.
Oriad!
Trevlon tips his hat, but keeps his eyes on him, interestedly. Not necessarily like evilly, just like, ooh, this is something that I thought about recently.
Momo bows and says, "It's an honor to meet you, sir."
Likewise!
Momo just has the dumbest smile on his face. It's adorable.
Did you say that you read my things?
Yes!
Really?
Yes! I mean, I get really bored up north. I need stuff to read. There's a newspaper that comes out regularly. It's entertaining.
Thavagath speaks up at this point saying, "Would you like to come in?"
Sure, why not?
That goes for you too, as well, sir. Come, and Drevlon looks to Old Ran. You should come on in too.
All right. Old Ran and Prince Zordan come inside as I move away from that map because finally I had something to represent Battenrance Hall and I wanted to show it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. It's actually a much better bird's eye than what I had for Battenrance.
Just to quote,
beautiful.
Just to quote Iron Spider in the chat here, this man was born with caps lock on. I swear.
Ha! Correct.
I love him so much.
Yes. Same.
Remind me what his name is again.
Allow me to type it in the chat the way Superior Iron Spider would want. Prince Zordan!
A very loud man.
I have no inside voice, he says. And it's pretty obvious.
Momo leads in toward Trevlon. I already like him, but I can tell within 2 hours I'm going to have a migraine just listening to him.
What? I'm sorry, I was too busy being deaf. What?
What are we whispering about?
What?
Nothing!
What?
Okay!
About how amazing you are and how much we are going to have fun working for you!
Great, thank you so much!
Ha-ha!
Wait, hold on. What's the job? What is...
That is actually a very good question.
Did I forget to tell you that, thought? Oh my god, where is my brain today? Anyway.
Sit down, and
yes.
I will bring you some tea. And also for Ren, and we will chat, and it'll be nice.
Sounds great.
We got you some honey and lemon in hot water for your poor fucking throat.
I don't know what you're talking about. All right, and then you sit down. Somehow you get some tea, and
I would presume we have like a little bit of some store somewhere.
Probably.
Probably.
Right. And Old Ran sits over by Zordan's side as he explains. So, word has been spreading pretty slowly throughout Arion about you lot and your exploits. Going into caves to fight some rats. Going into caves. Actually, no. I don't think the academy was a cave. Was it a cave? It was not a cave. It was not a cave, but you still went in it and you fought a golem. And then you went into the oil rig was not a cave either. Is there anything they went to that is a cave? The first one you went into is a cave, which makes you perfect for this job. I want you to be my champions at our Oread Rite, which will give you the ability to go into the cave and figure out what the hell the Minotaurs are doing down there.
Okay. Hold the phone. Now give the phone to me. There are Minotaurs. Where exactly?
Over in Demdor, city of the Oread, there are a bunch of Minotaurs. They didn't used to be a problem, but now they're like, hey, we need to build something down in the caves and you can't see it. But we're like, okay, but we kind of own the place. And they're still like, no. But then, with my brilliant thought, I thought, never you mind this, no. We have a sacred right because there's a festival coming up. There's going to be a lot of fighting. It's going to be awesome. And the champion gets to go into the caves to pay tribute to the Heart of Stone, which will give us the perfect opportunity to figure out what the fuck's up with the Minotaurs.
That sounds like a pretty good plan, even if it is a very loud one.
I know, it's brilliant of me.
His Heart of Stone is intriguing. Do I know anything about it?
Make an Arcana check.
Oh dear. Okay.
You do know about it. Just as elves have sacred places of nature that are connected to the Feywild, Oread have their own kind of primal religion, It's more focused around, like, the planet itself, however. Something called a heart of stone would be like this floating sentient bit of Earth blessed by the elemental plane of Earth. And if it's around and they're calling it the heart of stone, it's likely something Oriad worship pretty fervently.
That is astounding. That is beautiful.
I know! Maybe we could just see it and then you could actually say it's beautiful!
Well, I've done a bit of research of my own, but from what I understand, yeah.
Right, well, you all are staring like you didn't hear me. Shall I repeat it?
No, yes,
No,
I mean,
Do you need him to repeat it?
I mean, you heard me.
This is like the owl in the Ocarina of Time. It's like, do you want him to? Should he?
Helgat speaks up and says, well, you heard me at the Minotaur, so...
Haha, good to know you're on my side, big man!
Right. So, what makes you think that we're qualified to deal with Minotaur, though? That seems like a very specific beast. What can we do in this scenario?
Helgat is currently just like flexing his muscles very promiscuously.
I don't know, beat the crap out of them!
He probably could, but you know what?
Maybe help him beat the crap out of them!
I could politely ask it to be beaten the crap out of, but I don't know if I can do anything else.
I mean, as long as that's all we're doing, I'm game on that. Shoot.
I'm more than willing to help.
How many?
I don't know, I lost count!
Ah,
Oh,
fun.
Jesus.
That's always a good sign.
Okay, do you have anything especially valuable in the cave that the Minotaur would want to use or take or do anything with?
It used to be a mine, but I'm fairly sure it's depleted now. Dwarves ruined that for everyone.
Sounds about right.
Can I roll insight to see if he's telling the truth about that?
Yes.
And is he lying to me? Let's
He
find out.
seems like a pretty forthright person who speaks his mind. You don't think he's really capable of telling such a complex lie?
I was just thinking that exact fucking sentence. I don't think this guy's capable of lying.
Right. Fair enough. Okay. And at this point, Trev looks to Old Ren and goes, I'm going to assume that our contract for this evening, this afternoon, this whatever time this is to assist, is to assist Prince Ordan in his ordeal. Yeah?
That it is. And speaking of which, he pulls out a sack. Payment for your last contract in here.
Cracking. What?
Okay, just because my internet crapped out the moment I was about to say a thing, what was just said? Like the last 30 seconds?
We just got our payment.
Oh yeah, I got in just for that. What was asked before that?
Double checking that the contract is to help Prince Ordan.
Okay, cool. I was just going to ask what the pay is for this current job, but I will be polite and wait until after this pay.
How much is in the bag, by the way, Alex?
In the bag, there are 300 copper pieces, 180 gold pieces, and 5,000 silver pieces.
Whoa. Back up.
That's a very specific number of pieces.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so repeat that one more time.
300 copper pieces.
100 copper.
180 gold.
180 gold.
5,000 silver.
5,000 silver. Okay.
My math
We
is
can
correct
convert
there.
this later.
My math is right there. 5,000 silver is 500 gold, right?
That is correct.
Alright, go.
So it'd be
Did all of this add up to 1,000?
No.
if 5,000 silver is 500 gold, then that makes 680 gold so far.
Mm-hmm. 683 with the copper pieces.
680.
Okay, cool. So 683 divided by 5. That's a nonsense. Okay.
That doesn't equal.
Figure this out later.
Yeah, I'll Telegath takes his big meaty paw and just I'll just hold on to this for a little bit. We can figure it out afterwards.
So, all you want us to do is get the Minotaurs out of the mine, right?
Yes!
Out of character, did you just call them Minotaurs?
Why don't you mind your own fucking business?
Fair enough.
Don't question my gosh darn pronunciations of words, because I'm trying very hard.
I believe in you. It's okay.
Okay. That seems like a... Okay, that seems like a very... This... You know what, this is refreshingly straightforward. We've had, last time we had to go into a whole ordeal of trying to figure out what the hell was going on with the surrounding wilderness and the terrible, terrible plague that was going on with the elves. Last time, before that, we had to go on an oil rig and try and stop that from being a thing. This just seems to be like a go into mine, stop things from being in mine. That seems...
Well,
I really hope it doesn't get more complicated than that.
I mean, you're missing step 1, which is win the tournament that gives you the right to go see the Heart of Stone and get into the mine in the first place, but yes!
Oh, yeah, we have to do that. Right.
So, what is tournament?
Oh, it's fantastic. Everyone sends their champions, in my case that would be you, and then they all have a brawl out in the center of Sacred Arena, which inevitably devolves into a brawl between everyone attending. It's amazing! You should really see it sometime.
A brawl between everyone attending, you say?
That does sound fucking amazing. Rather amazing.
And by everyone you mean everyone?
Everyone!
Oh dear.
And presumably the last person standing sort of gets to go to the stone.
Yes! Now you've got it! I knew you were a clever man!
Right, that sounds insane. Cool.
I love it.
What?
Trevlon blinks and looks at Mal and goes, You really?
Huh?
I never took you as the sort of... I mean, I never took you as the sort of person who would, be into cage matches.
There are two things that I love most in this world. Reading and sparring.
Okay. That makes sense. Now that I think about it, that makes a lot of sense. So, alright, that makes at least 2 people who, Corellian's very good at killing people with bare fists. That's 3 people who would definitely participate well. A little bit concerned about how me and Momo will fare, but hey-ho. Yeah.
Spells!
Are spells permitted? Yeah.
Yes!
Oh, thank God.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I'm going to scream at so many stupid people. not to be presumptuous or rude, but I will scream.
Vicious mockery, anyone?
Prince Ordent just has the biggest smile on his face, which has never left since he got here, as he just kind of blinks twice as you mention stupid people.
Can
Very
I draw
nice.
him? He's adorable.
You can draw him as soon as Uprising finishes the picture.
So we
I'm
know
not
for
allowed to draw him before then.
Not
You
allowed
have
to
to-
draw
you
him
have to-
before. We don't have a definite
be
reference yet.
Be patient, my sweet child. We will get there.
But Papa, I crave the draw.
But we not have the appropriate funding for base material. Therefore, no draw.
Father.
Father.
But
What father?
I crave cheddar!
I crave cheddar.
Eric. Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So, long short of it is, go to the tournament, win, get approval from Stone, go to the mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
And whereabouts exactly are we going again?
We're going
What's
up to
the place
Demdor.
called? Demdor. Can I roll history and figure out what exactly and where exactly that is?
Sure, yeah.
Bada bing, bada,
I'll offer my assistance as well, so take advantage.
bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. Hit the room. History. Shit,
Oh,
yeah.
nice. Demdor was the source of a lot of political turmoil way back in the day, so you're pretty familiar with it, Trevlon. You haven't been there yourself, but all of the info you know. Demdor sits by a volcano. It might or might not be active. and the Oreads that live there would have built it closer, if not for the fact that they actually want to have trade with people. It used to be made by elementals known as the Galeb Dur, which I will spell out in the chat. And then the Oreads cast them out and were like, no, we live here now. But then the dwarves came along, started developing the city, and were like, no, we live here now. And then there was a whole big deal where the dwarves took over the city and basically made the Oread their slaves. But now the dwarves have been cast out in some sort of violent revolution, and the Oread are back in control. What it's known for most is a whole lot of feuding Oread clans, basically, saying, no, I want to be the one who rules. I want to be the one who rules. So, like, everyone and their mom has some claim to the royal family of Demdor.
God. So, you say you're a prince, right?
I am indeed!
Presumably you're going to rule the place some point, yeah?
Ah, yes!
You popular there?
Oh, absolutely! They love me!
I mean... now this is the thing here, Alex.
Thavagath looks past dear Prince Zordon at Old Ran, very obviously looking for a nod or a shake of the head.
Old Ran is inscrutable.
Bastard.
Well, this seems like it would be a task that would be pretty good for us, I think. I think we'd be good at handling ourselves, though I will say that the prospect of being very close to a volcano is a little bit interesting. How warm is it up north?
Pretty warm. I wouldn't dress for the winter unless you were going east after going north.
Got it. Wait, east after going north?
East after going north. Like, do you have a map?
Yes, we do.
All right. Cool.
Sure. I wish we had a visual representation of that map in our minds, because oh boy, this physical copy is so good. Oh, thank God.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Demdor would be right here.
Fantastic.
Points over to that set of mountains and volcanoes. And if you go east from there, well, it gets pretty cold.
Right, I can see the sort of illustration of that fact. Now that I'm looking at the map, it looks pretty far away. Do you have a carriage of some sort? Maybe some horses?
No, I do not!
So we're walking.
We're walking!
Okay, how long till the festival, and how long will it take?
Oh, we should get there in plenty of time.
Yes, that wasn't what I
Game mechanics-wise, it doesn't matter. It'll be a couple days after you get there.
Oh, okay, cool. Right. Well, we have some business in Port Morandu to take care of pretty quick, and I'm sure we can get to doing this next session. I mean,
what the fuck is a session?
In the future.
As a bolt of lightning crashes through the ceiling and strikes you down, Thavagath. You should get that checked out, and we'll get that checked out next session. Waka.
He says, glaring at you.
God.
All right. Well, this has been an interesting session. We got some building. We got Thavagath being hit by lightning. No fourth wall breaking in my campaign, you fuck.
We've had drama. We've had romance. We almost had bloodshed with that lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, there wasn't any romance at all. Fuck that.
Fuck
the only romance that I found was my newfound love of this character.
All right.
I love Prince Zordon very much. It gives me very big side-on vibes for some reason, because it's just overwhelming.
I split side-on into two characters. This is the other side-on.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Did you just say the other fucking side-on? As in the other side?
The other side-on. Don't you want to get away to a whole new Zora you can play?
I'm going to die.
We'll die next time. See you later, folks.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.